Good morning. All right. Are we on? Yes, sir. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are ready for another wild day. Sadly, NVDA was just good enough. Ready for another? Oh, there you go. It was just good enough to hold us up. And then after all of the contradiction and the back and forth, Trump came out this morning and talked about tariffs hitting on March 2nd. And that got people moving. He talked about adding another 10% on China as well, which we already knew about. But essentially, it's a mix of just good enough NVIDIA earnings. None of the data really moved us. And now more of the trade war stuff. Remember that EU comment yesterday, that's pretty much where we were at. And now we're doing this all again. So should be an exciting morning. I hope you guys are locked in. But what's going on, baby? What's going on? We need the likes. So hit that like button. You're here now. I got a couple of plays. We got 1 minute. I'm going to be watching NVIDIA, Intel, Snow, FCX, VST, Toyota, Marqeta, and ZVRA. Those are going to be my plays. You're here now. What is your first play of the day, Chad? Post it in the chat. What do you got for me? Let's go, baby. MSTR, Snow calls, Dell call, Bitcoin long, SPY puts, APL 4 calls. Good morning. Watching VTI, eggs, Apple put, MSTR, TLT, NNE, Moondog, Meta calls, Tesla dip, locked and loading, Visa, VST, Martin Screlly, Mara call, Tesla, NVIDIA call, like the video, watching Beto, watching Bitcoin, VST, SMCI, HIMS calls, Bitcoin, SPY put, watching March 5th SPY calls, Snow, Copper, selling MPW, and the final plays. HIMS calls, averaging down Bitcoin F350 and long on TQQQ. Wow. So Chattadonia, game time. Let's get it. We got 15 seconds. I don't have time for a bathroom break, so we could thug it out. But get ready. If you have any questions, you let me know. Post any plays. And if you would like this newswire, it's going to cost you 2,000 likes. Round 1. Fight. All right. Will that work? No. Oh, damn. I forgot in the video already. I'm already looking at another play. And then watch the market, see the tariffs. Yeah, it's not going to work. And then again, bonds too. First day the bonds have been down in a while. NASDAQ's up 3/4, man. So again, that is a bigger amount. My email is tradingfraternity@gmail.com. Let's get you a house, baby. Amen. And then Meta's climbing up as well. So not bad. Not bad at all. I got an idea. Snow not open. Oh, yeah, MPW had earnings. So, again, they actually did good. Snow's not open on their option change. Again, CRM. That is the other one. I got an idea. That's why, but it's not working. I'm trying to get a good price. It's mad at liquid. GME on the high. You guys remember the other day that thing was moving? I forgot about those. Again, everybody kept putting out the Ryan Cohen stuff. IONQ on the high. Guild. Intel's going up too. So again, up to, where's NVIDIA? I'm sure the premiums got smashed on both sides, right? Yeah, let me double check. Snow's now open. Pepsi. Again, watch if XLP and Staples. So right now we're up. On the recovery days, they haven't done good, but you saw how yesterday, yeah, they smashed NVDA both ways. You ain't getting nothing there, bro. MU moving. Palant. All right. Hims 5%. MU moving. Tesla's on the high again. I'm going to keep NVIDIA up. McDonald's on the low. The chart looks weird. Watch if China goes up. And again, just keep in mind, you have some of these tariff headlines for this morning. So again, I'm trying to do something a little different. Palantir. Yeah, this thing's not moving. Palantir, Mara, MSTR. Again, Bitcoin's actually up today. Yeah, Mara's up 16. Even Microsoft's up. Watch Meta, Google too. They're up, but they're slipping. Target's popping. And then Apple. I keep looking at these other ones. Target doing good. Remember, they underperformed for any of the staples. Staples only down a quarter. Apple's on the high. NVIDIA's still on the low. Yeah, Mara looks good. And then MPW, again, they had a good earnings. So now it's back above 5, but kept the dividend. They were oversubscribed on the bond. You guys remember that bond I was telling you about? So they paid the bond off, or they got oversubscribed, paid off all of the maturities for 26, and then they even have $1 billion for maturities at 2027. So yeah, the MPW I think is actually very favorable. Hood up 7. They were up a lot yesterday. Time for MPW to squeeze, I hope. We'll see, but generally, I mean, it usually does. It feels like Intel. It does those runs, and then it'll give it back up. But that was a good report. It's been a while. And then Intel, speak of the devil, they're running up. Again, remember those premiums out of the money with time did a lot better than the other ones. So don't forget NVIDIA. Again, SPY's even doing good. You're up 3/4. Russell is now green. Everything is in the green. I mean, we did this yesterday. At least your cash open is in a sell for now. But even with the tariff stuff, you're handling it pretty well. SMCI on the low. Yeah, they got a, what's it called? They were put at equal weight, and that was considered bad by one of the analysts. Apple on the high, Mara again, Intel, 3M, SPY hitting a new high. Where are we? You're above 6,000 on futures. You're right below it again. So again, 6,009, that's going to kind of be your level. This time bonds are down, so we will find out. And then Palantir, you guys kept calling that one out. Let's see. Microsoft going. All right, it's been a decent amount of time. It's only been 7 minutes? My goodness. All right, well, SPY, high ticker still active. NVIDIA on the low. JTAI, small cap. Oh, I didn't think about that. All right. We'll see how that one plays. Good morning. Okay, I made a play, but I'm going to explain this one on the watch list or tonight. It shares. It's a little different. It may sound familiar, but again, it's too illiquid. I don't want to be that guy. Intel is going very, very nice. NVIDIA dying. Again, 3M, MSTR going up, right? There was good news of Rolls-Royce. They gave good guidance. They're bringing back their dividend, and I think they announced a partnership. It was actually a really good report for Rolls-Royce. And then Pfizer on the low. Again, Intel wins on the high, and then GE. Ferg, Success, Visa. Oh, yeah, where's financials? Yeah, financials are up 1%. That's very good. And then, again, the other stuff is bad. Small caps, there was a lot of negative headlines. But high ticker's still going. But you were dancing around here. A couple of names. Crypto outperforming. Chips are doing good except for NVIDIA. And then, yeah, Bob is in the middle. And NVIDIA's down now. Now it's in the red. I haven't played it yet. That's the first NVIDIA earning that I haven't played right away. But yeah, I think the NVIDIA one was just wavering, man. I did not like the whole middle ground thing. And then MPW keep going. I'm going to look for plays. I think it's too late, but like I'm telling you, it's up 8, but they had a good report. We do need a squeeze on that, but oh, these aren't bad. All right. I'm down. And it's gone. All right, UNH, CVS, watch the healthcare. SPY coming down, and VIX is on the high now. So be on the lookout. Again, UNH going up. Remember, they've been going with the back and forth. SMCI dump. China's about to go even more red, too. So watch out for that one. It's the dollar. Let's see. I mean, today might be the first day, yeah, where now we come down a little bit and the dollar's rocketing. Remember, the dollar has been subdued the last couple of weeks, ever since, beginning of the month? You haven't really seen the dollar. It's actually been good. So that could be it. We'll find out. But then again, watch if they sell off staples and what we get. But look, staples are going up. So as the SPY's coming down now, that might be one of the plays, you guys. So be on the lookout. If we are going to dump, look for the rotation. Look for those staple names to hold you up. Yeah, look at Pepsi. He want to go. That was the one the last couple of days. He had a lot of fun. All right, SPY going lower. Oof. Oh, come on. All right. I'm going for a staple play. Very, very small, but just in case, if we start doing this flush, I'm going to grab one of those staple names as an upside. Walmart. Yeah, Walmart could be one of those names too. Walmart, Pepsi, Kimberly-Clark, even HD. So just think, you've watched them the last couple of days. And then NVO up, SPY new low. So watch out for Apple. Watch the big tech, but again, they were doing decent, but now that is pretty much flipped. TLT on the high. So again, TLT is still in the red, but they are moving up. Again, those other Intels are still holding, ironically enough. I think it's kind of funny. Again, NVIDIA just flushing. Yeah, HD, MasterCard, financials are doing good. And then SPY on the low, MP Dubs came down. There's Pepsi. So that's going to be Staples, RTX running. Yeah, they're up too. Even LMT. AMT, American Towers on the high. Again, SPY low, bonds up. I mean, NASDAQ is actually right at break even. Russell has already gone red. And then S&P is up by a quarter still. And then NVO about to go to 90. NVDA, where is the long term? Look at oil, too. Oil's up by 1A. Bond's still going up. VIX on the high now. So, again, good morning. This is what we've been doing every morning, even the other days, even though you have 4 minutes here. I think it was like this day, or like right around here. So, unfortunately, you looked one way. We had to do with the tariffs, the back and forth. Dollar is ripping, but now, again, you're already making this move. So, just be prepared for the last couple of days, or, again, if we could get some relief. But at this point, you're going to need either the right headline or data. Or if NVIDIA could bounce. It doesn't even have to be news. Just think about the other, just the waiting. Apple, NVIDIA, Amazon. One company could push things a lot. Yeah, and like the video. It's good for you. It's good. Okay, so SPY moving a little bit. See if this just helps the bonds go up. Because remember yesterday, bonds were red for a little bit. And then market did this thing. And then the bonds found a way to go green. So maybe that could be it. Watch HD on the high still. That one's post-earnings, not stopping. NVIDIA at the low, sadly, puts and calls have been washed. So just given the premium of NVIDIA, stock is down 1.7 from yesterday. You were pricing in 10. So just think. But there could be plays if you haven't made a play on it now. Now all the premiums have been wiped. TDCO tariff situation is a clear signal. Canadian government must remove obstacles. Intel. SPY a little bit off the bottom. Well, Posted your NVIDIA play. Let's go, baby. NVIDIA 130, baby. You did. Oh, beautiful. You're in the money. Intel now getting a pop. Someone just said volume. It just sold off after all of that. Now it's getting a candle at the low. I don't know if it means anything. Google on the low. So, again, you got a couple big techs still selling off, even though you have that green candle. So, I wouldn't get too comfortable yet. We inverted on the 3-month yield curve. But I don't know. The 2-year, 10-year, my favorite. We have been, I'm pretty sure we've been at the same level of uninversion. Yeah. So, yeah, it's coming back down, and this is what I was saying. Do you guys remember a week ago I made you a video saying be prepared for the market might make a big move, and this was one of the factors that I brought up. Because although I like it and I like some of the things I see, I've always told you guys about the yield curve. And my problem is that if you really look at it from like August, we have had an uninverted yield curve. It was inverted for the longest since the Great Depression. And then now it is still uninverted. So I do view that as a negative already. Yeah, gold is plummeting. Watch out. Because again, gold, you might get a liquidation or maybe they sell gold and buy the dip. But be careful. Any liquidation, you should look for it to spread. I don't like that. If gold is, again, gold's dumping. Again, the other day we dumped. Same exact thing happened. Puts are kind of expensive. Reborn. Oh, is that the coffee one? You guys were calling that out yesterday. Look at Amazon if that goes red. MQ doing good. Humana on the high. Guild is going up. XLV, Baidu, Meta, Google on the low. Yeah. Gold down $50. I don't like these. All right. Be on watch for the gap fill, another 1 point. I don't like the gold thing there. And then now we're still picking up that downside. XLV and Staples are doing it again. And then RTX keeps going. NVO, more healthcares and materials. CLF, Marquetta, all of those names are going up as well too. And then big tech getting pummeled. Low ticket started to move, but there's still names on the high. I just don't like that gold thing. Standard Charter still sees Bitcoin hitting 500,000 despite recent sell-off. Guild again, Edwards Life Sciences. These are all healthcare plays. Okay, I scaled into one SPY play, very small. I don't like it, but I'm gonna start moving around. Chess, welcome. MDXG. So again, a couple random small caps and then healthcare going up. I'd watch the SPY. So again, I already made a SPY play like I just told you. They're already moving up. I'm going to go little by little. I don't think we're going to like flush or there's like something determinate, but at the end of the day, after what we've seen the last couple of days, just like be ready to maneuver in and out essentially. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not really pretty much that gold liquidation I don't like. That's the thing that makes me say, all right, grab a small one, and then we'll move from here and there. But other than that, I don't think we have to die or bounce or we cuck. But just take note, if more things flush, if bonds keep getting a bid, it's just going to be repeating everything we've dealt with the last couple of days. You're down 10K on Google, Voo, Amazon. You just started investing last month. Hee hee. Hee hee. I love the hee hee. We got to get you a long term and then go little by little. And no matter what, you won't trip. That's crazy. Believe it or not, my long term is green today. So again, that was like yesterday too. But you get the long term, your life will be good. And if you just started, when you get a certain amount of money, go little by little. So 10, 20, 30 grand, just go 2 grand, 3 grand at a month until you work your way into something good. Remember, the long term will never be just immediate success, or it will never be an immediate failure. It's all little by little building in this stuff. Hee hee, hee hee hee. Abivai ripping again, healthcare man. XLV, I got that up. Watch Staples. They just went green and then red again, but if that holds, I think that'll be something. Thank you for those words. Hee hee. You're welcome. Hee hee. Sorry, I'm just. Okay, still going low. I'm saying it's going to be weird. I don't like any of these plays. Again, that's why I kind of ignored some of them, but I'm going to just start grabbing tiny ones, flip them back and forth. The last time I flipped one of these fucking puts, it went 2,000%, and I only got like $10. You get pumped about the long term, hey, man. All right, SPY going lower. Bonds not reacting yet. Dollar is up today. That's a difference than the last couple of days. And then see what we get here with gold or anything else. No, it's a mix of, again, I think NVDA was very neutral to a degree, but then it was good enough to hold you. And then the tariff stuff, I think Trump hit that, and then add that to all of the pressure and growth fears. Again, even the data today, I don't think it was telling, but it didn't change the narrative any more than what we've dealt with already. Coca-Cola, 71, SPY going lower. Yeah, my play's already fucking doubled in their shit. Oh, we'll take it. XLP, again, I think that's going to happen. I mean, I think Staples, if we start flushing again and it's off of even tariff stuff, look, I told you, XLP, it didn't do it yesterday, but maybe today will be the breather. Even healthcare, XLV, XLP, that's the stuff you could buy when the market's going down. All right, man. So, yeah, my shitty SPY put just went up 100%. Fucking scammers. I didn't like that play. That's why I'm like, bro, this is wicked. Whew. I like have the hiccups. Yeah, Meta got worked. And NVIDIA, Microsoft about to go red too. And then Apple. So S&P's turning negative now. So that was green. Everything was green already in the day. Russell is the big loser. Oh, excuse me. NASDAQ is down by 0.8 now. And then watch Staples, SPY going lower. F your rate cut. No, I mean, if anything, the rate cut odds should be climbing. J&J on the high now. That's going to be another one of those value plays. Look at, you're getting that rotation. Pepsi now, too. You grab the 591s. That was the price I liked. I liked 592, 593, but they were too much. So I went further out. They already doubled, but they're shit. That's what I'm saying. They were like cheaper, but it's not really. Again, they were already up by the time I bought them, but that's what I saw happen a lot the last 3 days. So it didn't even really matter, but we'll see. Any bounce will kill the premium too. K-Web red, they were doing good. XLP, Staples doing good. Again, watch value. Like I'm telling you, there's something that will go up as the other stuff is coming down. So hopefully you know where to look. What data? Pending home sales? Yeah, and then Kansas City Fed a little later. We'll see. And then bonds going up, though, as we are dumping. So sadly, you are just kind of repeating some of the negative days. Again, we gapped up. Start selling off. You filled the gap. Staples, healthcare starts to go up. Bitcoin is still in the green, but yeah, unfortunately, we might be back to this after 1 day of relief kind of yesterday. So China is selling off now too. Yang is on the high. Yeah, Pepsi. So again, Staples are killing it right now. Tesla on the low too. Bro, Tesla's about to fill the election dip. So yeah, we were talking about this 2 days ago, but now it's down another $20. So yeah, you keep going closer there again. SPY near the low. All right, well, if you grab SPY puts when I was talking about them there, they went up 100%. Either ghetto spread it or make it free or choose to ride it. But yeah, that shouldn't have hit, but it did. That's what I'm saying. You're just getting back to this early morning. The cash isn't really there. You know, it starts off a little bit, you meander, but then that's it. They're dumping it. And now VIX is not even at 20, but it's running. What is it like being like a liberal but like owning a Tesla? Like, what is it like? Like, if you bought a Tesla, then now you hate Elon, you know? Like, what is that like? Is that like a divorce? Like, is it weird? Or like, is it like living with your ex-wife? No, see, I'm being dead serious, though. How does that work? You must sell your Nazi car. Well, here's the deal, man. Because I saw it. You guys asked me about it, and it's kind of sad. There's like people going around vandalizing like Cybertrucks and like Elon Musk shit, and they're putting swastikas on it, right? But like, I hope you guys know, if you are the one going around putting swastikas on things, you are the Nazi. Do you know? I don't know if you guys are like, that's the problem. Although Elon may have, you know, sent or done some conflicting messages, it's just very simple. If you're the one doing that, I think you're the problem, not Elon. I know. It's just something to think about. Google flushing now. SPY still going lower again. Tesla already mollywopped. Pending home sales down 4.6. So watch how the market takes this. Every data set this week of real estate has been bad. So estimate was minus 0.9, came in at minus 4.6. I don't know. Let's see year over year. Oh, man, these hiccups. The year over year number, it's not updating. But yeah, another bad. Then there's another flush. So again, I don't know if this should be that important, but in general, bonds up, market down on bad data. Remember, people are getting kind of worried about the whole growth thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can't believe those puts hit, bro. That shouldn't have hit. I just didn't want to do what I did the other days and see them and then not grab them. So I kept it even smaller, and I didn't like it, but it hit. And the value plays are hitting too. I told you guys about the staples. Those have gone up a lot. Yeah, bro, VIX is 20 now. Now you're getting into, we're going to get close to fear. That's what I was telling you. Either ghetto spread or sell that one, or you lock in and then hold it. But, yeah, I got that. You can make it free now. I'm still holding it. I have the original one. It's up 300%. Oh, man. NVDA down 4 now. State volume's getting bigger. There's no headline. So, again, bad real estate data. Bonds are up. If anything, I just think, again, we don't like the bad data stuff, but that shouldn't be this bad. I think it's everything kind of like weighing in on it. Holy dump. All right, I got rid of my put 200%. I'm going to double dip. I might have sold it too early. We were ripping off this type of data. I know. It's because Wall Street keeps lying, or at least the media does. But right now, we're in a weird middle ground between changing narratives. But yeah, remember, bad news, good news, bad news. And then you got everybody, kind of flipping. The puts are still coming up. All right, I sold it. They keep going higher, though. TLT. Duh. All right, that's round 2 then. Because that's what I did every other day, and it hit. Very simple. TLT. If we keep going down now and we get more fear, TLT should go up. I already have plays from yesterday, though. And then we have the free. Again, we still have 300% on the other ones. Otherwise, wait till it bounce, and then you double dip the puts. But then you got to let them die. Oh, my goodness. What if stocks and TLT sell off? Then you're shit out of luck. That could happen. Oh, just like the peak could happen. Friday Junior, baby. Oh, no, let's go. Oh, man, I had a hiccup middle of the horn. But it's all for the peach, baby, every day. And I'm proud to be a Chatterdonian, where at least I know I'm peach. And I won't forget Bradley Frizzle in the peach he donated for me. And I gladly stand up in Peach Nation's next to you. And I feel like the long term says, and I won't forget the land of birth. I bless Caledonia. Sorry, that's just how I felt in this moment. Hey, man, you're a banger, bro. You're a banger. God bless you. My man, let's go. Let's go. Oil tankers are being checked for mines after trips to Russia using divers to check ships for whole mines. Oh, man. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that. You deserve it. All right.
Something for
I'm going to go to the bathroom now. Follow me on Instagram.
But
at the Trading Fraternity.
Have the dates
Real
here.
Colt News.
Still don't know exactly what the contours
Twitter,
of the reciprocal
Bradley
tariffs
Frizzle,
are going to
baby.
look like. I think that will be interesting.
More
How are they going to deal with
than
the
your
VAT?
best friend.
How are they going to deal with things like sales taxes, which they seem to accuse countries of doing
I'll be right
to
back.
counter products, to make it unfair for U.S. products coming in? That will be worth watching. Is it having an effect on the data? Maybe too soon to tell, but one thing that definitely is going to catch everybody's attention, including those folks at the Fed, is the jobless claims number, elevated. The amount of Americans filing first-time unemployment claims last week did go up and surged to an 11-week high, 242,000 last week. That was 21,000 above the 221 consensus, and also a 22,000 increase in the amount of jobless claims than we got the week before. Also, it was noted, according to the Department of Labor, this wasn't California wildfires and it wasn't the federal government layoffs. So it could speak to some underlying weakness or confidence issues developing from companies. The biggest, for instance, Carl, increase in jobless claims, Kentucky, Tennessee, Washington, Michigan, and Minnesota. Biggest decrease was California, Pennsylvania. It could be linked to a slowdown in activity. 1 week does not a trend make. We're going to have to keep seeing it, but it's notable because there's been this big downtrend in jobless claims, which kind of made it feel like everything was okay in the labor market.
Yeah, interesting. People definitely dissecting the claims by state. We haven't really seen a spike in either Virginia or Maryland, which makes some wonder whether or not we're feeling yet the effects of
Houston ship channel reopens to outbound
We'll see.
traffic
I mean, they said
only.
that that's not.
All right. Actually, I should let that play for a little. I'm fucking hiccuping away, bro.
Unchanged, but one interesting point I'll just highlight. Core PCE in that fourth quarter data was revised higher. That's a little troubling. 2.7% now instead of 2.5 for core PCE. We'll get the PCE numbers for the last month tomorrow, which will be fresher. However, I highlight it, David, because it presents a little bit of a predicament. If the Fed wants to say, we're on hold because we want to make sure disinflation's happening, they can point to
INSW,
and say, look, some of these numbers are being revised up.
International Seaways down 3%.
But if they want to say we want to cut rates because the labor market
and then
is starting
IMF
to show
headlines.
signs of cracks and weakening, they can look at jobless claims. Now, I'm not saying these two numbers necessarily are indicative of the trends, but they could be. And that will be the Fed's conflict, which is, are they going to care more about weakening jobs, or are they going to care more about lack of progress on disinflation? Hopefully, we'll continue to get strong jobs and we'll continue to get disinflation. But today's setup could be an interesting dilemma for the Fed.
Well, and then later on, I mean, they're coming close now. 20% tariffs on everything coming from China and 25% from Mexico and Canada.
Verizon on the high.
Helping the inflation.
Two.
Helping the fight against inflation.
No, but the question is,
yeah,
is it
again,
a
they had
one-off
even
inflationary
earnings.
price shock?
Right.
And is it something the Fed is going to have to respond to? I think a bigger question is, what does it do for demand?
Yo,
If it
Verizon or
reduces
Visa.
the
Lately, and a
consumer.
lot of people have
They've been going up all day. So the financials.
Nature of it, but overall demand. So
Yeah.
what does it do for demand, Sarah?
What does it do for demand? It could hurt demand if we do get a price shock with a lower consumer confidence environment. So far, we're okay. I mean, Urban Outfitters today, customer demand has remained remarkably consistent. Although Smucker's, at the grocery store, not so much. We continue to not see a material impact to the category. They're talking about GLP-1s, by the way, on that. So I would guide you back to the comments around a more cautious consumer, the convenience channel being down in general. Gas prices have been elevated. People are just having a little bit less extra discretionary change in their pockets. I think that is clearly part of it. Papa John's, the environment is much more value focused at the moment. And Gina Boswell of Bath & Body Works just told me, value-seeking consumer, although they feel good with the innovations they've had, so they haven't really seen a slowdown in that fact. The value-seeking consumer, David, layer on higher prices, and you do wonder, and already sort of slipping confidence, what that's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, none of this reflects tariffs at this point.
No.
Yeah.
Although I do wonder, some of the business decisions around.
Okay, thank you. They wonder if you know what it means. MLG, all right, spy holding there. The puts came back to like 100. But again, I'm going to wait till they depreciate a little bit more. But it's, again, you have a lot of feeling of the last couple of days. I mean, again, if this goes up, though, then that'll change everything. And then that was just a little bit of the freak out. But remember, you are juggling the tariff stuff as well as all of the growth stuff that we have been doing. And then, again, NVIDIA earnings, it wasn't bad. It wasn't amazing. Why is it a growth problem all of a sudden? Because I believe that's the truth. Again, I mean, I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but I don't know if you guys think, some of you think I'm crazy, or you may think I'm like angry or something. I don't know, but do you remember me telling you over the last couple of weeks, every time the media was like, be worried about inflation with tariffs, and I would tell you that doesn't make sense? And I'm like, yeah, I get why like prices could go up, but I don't know why everybody is telling you to be worried about that. So it just wasn't like truthful. I just don't think that's why it's like, why is everybody all of a sudden reacting to this? Because that, I think, is more the reality than what other people were saying. So now you have that's why the rate cut odds went from one rate cut to now we are pricing in 2, almost 3. And I just think that as the data is coming out, the inflation tariff thing wasn't really hitting. And now as you get a couple of bad sets of data, I think Wall Street just started running with it. And then now I think people are starting to promote that MO Flushing. That's weird because it's a staple, or it's one of these value names. Rate cut odds have moved, yeah, decisively. Hilton on the high. That's interesting. Travel. Marriott's done good recently. Airbnb done bad. And then Expedia, Booking. I saw some of it in the morning. I looked at some of the Epstein thing that they released. It's just like a bunch of documents. MO can continue growth with lack of tobacco demand. Yeah, I still wouldn't be buying them here though. So I think at a low enough price, you could hold MO in the portfolio forever. I'm not worried about growth as much as I am sustainability. That's why it's a cash flow play. But yeah, I wouldn't buy it at anywhere near here. But as long as it's low, it's good. Musk Starlink terminals are being sent at no cost to the taxpayer on an emergency basis to restore air traffic control connectivity. All right, you're right back up to VWAP. That was at least a good put, buy, and sell. But other than that, now let's wait if we want to double dip or if it rips. That'll just get everybody off guard. Financials still, bro. Yeah, value, Staples already coming back up. Zoom gassing a little bit from bottom to top. Again, a lot of things are on the high right now. Again, banks are absolutely wrecking. Now biotech. I think XLV, they came down a little bit, but Staples reversing. But I don't know. You just had that little move. Picked up. Bonds came back down. SPY back to VWAP. We'll see where this takes us. Western Union. I wouldn't do them for the long term, but I'd be watching them just in general related to some of the trade stuff. Hope. Visa, bro. I have that in the top right. They keep ripping. And then again, SPY looking good now. I mean, it still actually just went green. NASDAQ still in the red. Same with the Russell. And then Dow Jones is up by 0.5 now. Double dip. You could get it almost at the same price I bought it for. So literally, we just bought a put, made 300%, and now it's back to break even right now. A couple more. It's a little bit up. But like I said, when I bought it, they were dog shit. I didn't like the price I bought. I made that money, but I didn't think that was a good deal. I just saw the momentum, and I'm like, all right, just like last time, you know, I didn't want, even if I was wrong, maybe I'm wrong on the pricing, but it could have been a hit. But ideally, I would like them a little cheaper. Intel came back up. JP Morgan, GL, again, Visa running it. About AWH. I mean, if it's for the long term, you hold for your whole life. But if it's a penny stock, I don't think so, brother. I would, again, use stuff that you, or buy stuff that you know and use. Okay, bonds coming back down. So, again, like I was saying, that kind of made sense because I figured if we did go down lower, they would have done it. Yeah, look at that. So, yeah, here's the daily. This is the one I played. So, got it at 30, goes up to 120, and now you're back to 30. That's all in 10, 20 minutes. So, yeah, that's why you got to keep it small. Yeah, Coca-Cola, man, some of those, I felt like they didn't move for a while, and then they just started going crazy. But, yeah, I like Coca-Cola there. Not to buy it, but just because we have it in the long term. Even then, long term is loving today. Again, the Dow is up right now. Actually, where's Baba trying to flip? HRL. You don't have any consumer defensives. Maybe wait. I like Hormel, but, you know, it's not really, it is at a multi-year low. Actually, this could be a good pickup. But you kind of want a Hormel, but you want like your Procter and Gamble. Like I'm saying, I want a real diamond. So you don't, if you don't have a lot of cash, I mean, maybe we wait for a month or two. Because again, maybe Trump is going to open up the door where we get a Walmart half off, Procter Gamble, I want a name like that. But Hormel's not bad. I think you're in the right neighborhood for sure. But I don't know if you have to force it unless you really want to buy. Smucker's just had earnings today. Okay, SPY's still going up. Those plays are getting pummeled now. Dollar at the top. Let's see. Yeah, that's again, today's the first day in a while. Pfizer got not. Where's Intel? OIH on the high. All right, I double dipped. I still don't like it, but end of the day, you got $100 back on the first play. Eddie Toss looks good. We made it free, so you just ride that. That will be good for you. All right, that put might not work. So again, I put $30 right back into it. I got 100 out of the first one, but I don't know. That one, I think they kind of just tricked us into a little shakeout, and then we go back if NVIDIA could come back up. Like I said, I would have wanted that one at 15 cents, or you get the 592 or 591 put for 30 cents. That's the deal you want on the day for the downside. Not a recommendation. I'm just telling you guys what I'm looking at. Yeah, NVIDIA is still coming down, though. Again, watch oil. That's what that OIH was. HD. Or watch if staples start moving again. HD on the high. Yeah, healthcare staples trying to get a candle. Otherwise, high ticker is almost fully gassed after all of that. MP-Dub. I said I liked MPW a lot today. I'm surprised it came down. I thought it was going to do a little bit more than 8. But yeah, they sold the bond. They paid off the maturities, and they have money till 2027. Long B-Bio. Good luck, my friend. Yes, like the video. If you want a free member chat, and if you want the wire. Otherwise, do not like the video. It is your choice. And then bonds coming back down, so watch. You might actually rally a little bit. Yosh USO ETF. What do you mean? I watch oil. I put it up there. USO is just easier to put up than the future sometime. But yeah, MasterCard and Visa again. And Estee Lauder. Estee Lauder. You think of buying it? No. Nawaf, why are you only giving me penny stocks? So are you talking long term, or are you just trying to gamble? If you're trying to gamble and play momentum plays, go ask somebody else. But if you are trying to get like a long term and find good plays to hold for a minimum of 10 years, you've asked me like 3 names already that are all just like random ass small penny stocks. Like, go with names you know. Go with names that like you use in your daily life, and that is a great place to start. So I wouldn't really be down with any of those. Yeah, Visa's doing really good. Again, Visa and MasterCard all day. All these credit card companies. Again, Visa's literally hitting 52-week highs. High ticker's still going. Yeah. All right, I sold out of that put. I'm taking the money back. I'm just going to I took like a $7 loss. We'll reposition at a better time. Let's let more time burn. Visa. Sweet green. I like sweet greens too. They did bad. Look at bonds. Another round too. Oh, Sweet Greens went up. I still want them at $7. But yeah, you're going up. We need to wait till premium dies. That's it. That play, again, if we were going to do the quick pullback, but now if that starts running up there, we got to let a couple hours burn if we want a good deal on a daily. Yeah, I'm glad those are starting to get washed now. They gave you the 300% and then just whoop. I think they were told to like the video. Yeah, I've given you guys reminders. You guys have done great. Just not good enough for the chat, but either way, I appreciate it. What is that, XRE? Bro, SPY ripping. We should have bought a call. Yeah. It's good, though. Yeah, that put was perfect. We hit it right. Again, I tried to get greedy there, but it didn't materialize. Lost like $6. And then now, that would have been good, though, on the upside. I kind of want it. Yeah, Hims is going. Again, Hims is at a wild week. A lot of dollar moves. Maloney, Meta Chief Global Affairs to explore possible new investments. Meta and Italy. And then UNH on the high. Baba trying to go. UNH breaking out. Again, this could get interesting because watch, if the market bounces, NASDAQ is still red, but then see if the value plays come back. Is VU normally this volatile? Not really. I mean, again, this last 5 days has been the biggest sell-off in the year. But, you know, we have been dancing around. I mean, I'll tell you this. VU has been in the same range for 3 months. So that's kind of been the problem. A lot of people are getting focused on, they're getting focused on the movement and how dramatic it is. But then it's like we're automatically forgetting that we have not gone anywhere in 3 months. That's why I'm not as panicky as we're going through all of this stuff. JPM. Again, financials killing it. Spirity coming down. Look at healthcare. Abivide, too. They're ripping it. Bro, Abivide's doing very good. So Abivide, I think, is about to hit a new all-time high, right? Yeah. So, again, ever since that earnings, they're killing it. All you could see is a big recession on the way. Well, let me just tell you this. If that is what you see, don't limit yourself while you wait for it. That's all. We've gone many years with seeing a recession. The point is, just because you could be worried, don't let it lead you to doing nothing. You know, that's what 2023 and 2024 taught us. Even 2022. Everybody was saying recession and things were looking terrible. And like I'm saying, I've always believed in a hard landing, but you do got to make sure that the way to play it isn't do nothing. It's not run away. It's diversification. You're waiting to buy 100K in the next few weeks or months. So that's not a good idea. What you should do is start slowly scaling in to the value that you see now. And that's it. But again, I don't really watch it work good. So the strategy of like waiting for everybody to fail to get rich, I haven't seen it executed a lot, if that makes any sense. So this whole idea of I have a bunch of money, I'm going to wait till the market makes a big drop, and then I'm going to buy all of it. Most people don't actually do that. And that's why I'm saying the best way you're going to get balanced, just like we did in 2022, just little by little and going to the value while you can. Because that will make you what if it takes 6 months? What if it takes a year? And just like this last drop has showed you, the market went down, our portfolios went up. Why? Because we bought names that were down. Everybody buying value right now, Abivi, all of this. Think about it. Our market flushes, our portfolios went up because we diversified. Not only do we hold a little bit of the cash, but we also buy those names. So don't be tricked into thinking, oh, okay, I think the economy is going to be terrible. There's a recession. And then you ignore some of the value that you could buy now that'll protect you when the economy shifts. So it's not as you don't need to wait for failure in a weird way, but go for value, move your money, keep your money moving little by little. You do that, you'll be good. But the guy who says, I have cash and wait for the ultimate dip, again, I rarely see it executed. China warns U.S. proposal to levy port fees could backfire. Xinhua. So China kind of clapping a little bit. Coca-Cola, Pepsi on the high. Watch the staples. If there was a recession, could Trump do anything to stop it? I mean, they would just lower rates and try to help it out, but I honestly think he would lean into it. So I think if you did get a real recession, Donald Trump is going to suffer for it no matter what, so you might as well double down on it. So that's the scary part, because that means a recession would lead to deflation, and if deflation could fix some problems, I think they'd let it run for a couple of months or a year maybe, and then and then that way you just use the pain of a recession to bring about whatever pain your policies would have brought. China commerce charging fees on China ships entering U.S. ports would disrupt global supply chains and backfire on the U.S. economy. Natural gas minus 261 billion. Estimate was minus 271. All right, I'm making another move. My next long term, I don't know. I have my cash. We're going to have another deposit, but I'm not in any rush. So, again, I said it. My goal this year is to get a diamond. You know, God is good, bro. I'm very glad with, sometimes our portfolio sucked, but I'm very glad with how it looks right now. So that's why I'm saying, like, we don't have a lot of cash. Like, dude, we're up today. Like, I'm up $700. That's the type of portfolio that we have right now. Again, even like on the year to date, bro, it's actually amazing. Again, the performance compared to the SPY, NASDAQ, Dow, we're doing amazing. So I don't want to rush anything. I want a diamond. So now I'm gonna have another deposit coming in. We'll have like $5,000-$6,000. I get paid 4% on it, but then the whole idea is that, I want a good name like NVO at like $60 would be a diamond. But if I could get a Meta or NVDA, who knows? But the point is, holding cash, letting I want the portfolio to get exhausted, essentially. So what I'm saying is that if right now we're outperforming, let that shit outperform till it stops. But that's why I don't want to add or anything. Does that make sense? Because all you got to do is just wait. Eventually we'll stop outperforming, and then we'll see what's down and not, and then we could start adding to it. But in the meantime, cash is just going to give us defense, will help us. And then again, now it opens up the door to aim for another level of quality. Sham, wow. 27. Can I make a monthly or quarterly watch list? Maybe. I was thinking about it. I was thinking of stopping the watch list and then just moving it to maybe once a month. Because I don't know. I just only so many of you pay attention to it. And then I could make it a premium service or just save my hours on the day. Because again, I do want you guys focused on long term. Oh, yeah, maybe once a week. Reuters poll Europe Central Bank to cut deposits by 25 basis points. How much is that? $20? That's dumb. All right, I told you I made a move. That one just went up another 60. Beautiful. Okay, I'm making it free. All right, you can make that one free now. Jeez, bro. So yeah, I just hit another free SPY put on the daily. The ones that won't focus. Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of like the thing. Just things get more effective when you just focus it on the people locked in. And then again, too, even my time. I could save a lot of time if I want to do other things. So I've been thinking about it. We'll see. But for now, I don't plan on changing anything. Shill Bill. Thank you, my friends. Wow. I'll take it, man. Good morning. Good morning and God bless. Shout out Josh, the long-term paying all my debts off is still at all-time highs. God is good, baby. I agree. Oh, and what's up? Y'all just showing me all this love now? Hard. Let's go. Oh, and Jake from State Farm. Good morning, baby. Oh, real estate loves you. Yeah, I got to go over it with you guys too. So I'm going to give it to you guys as first-time buyers. But I was going over the criteria with the agents yesterday, explaining them what they need to be looking for you guys and prioritizing equity. So when we slow down a little bit, I would love to show you, if we have time. We don't have to force it. Why I don't put the amount of contracts? Because I want you to go as small as possible. And I don't want you to get influenced on a certain amount, and I could send out the alerts quicker. Because then I don't have to go through, check what I'm at, go play that, check the order, go back and forth. And then again, I just, sadly, I'm not trying to influence you guys like you see it, bro. Like, though, I just told you, like, one 300% play, another 50% play right there. Like, these are cool opportunities. But the part that I just don't want to negatively influence you guys to gamble. And it is gambling. And, just sadly, a lot of people gave me the impression that they were balancing their budget when they weren't. And, like I'm saying, I've asked people questions, and they're like, dude, I've had people cry about a $5 membership and then proceed to post $500 in daily plays. And then I've also had people, again, they're putting half of their long-term deposit on a 2-day play. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I love it. I like 50. I just made 300%. I just made 50%. I like that shit. That's awesome. But I'm not trying to tell you guys to throw all your money on it. I've never marketed shit like that either. Not a recommendation. Do not trade. You will lose all your money. Is that liability? Is that regulation? It is, but I've also made it I've never tried to market to you guys that you are going to get rich quick. And I don't want that. I think that's bullshit. I think it's fake. And I've never tried to get you to, I don't want you to gamble. But I know I gamble and I know there's opportunities, but we need to make sure it's there. So, fact of the matter, you should be always assuming I'm trading everything and doing it as small as possible. But you need to go the smallest you can. And I'm not trying to give you guys indications, or I don't want to influence you to be like, wow, he did this, I'm going to go do all of this. I want to put in that. So you need to think small as possible with anything that is gambling and speculative. And like I'm saying, the win rate on the long term is phenomenal. So I do know I need to get you guys walking away with more money above all else. But yeah, that's why. You'll email. I could maybe suggest it, but I'm scared because if I do it for you, I'm going to get like 50 of those emails. You know what I'm saying, baby? Shout out Andy. What up, Spots? What else? Oh, Joshua? I was missing one more. I can't click on it. Who was it? Yeah, the ghost. There it is, baby. God bless you. Thank you. All right, well, that free put came back to break even. I got 50% on that move, but now, yeah, do what you want. I don't spend $5 unless it's worth it. Well, thank you, man. That means a lot. And I hope you get the long term, because that mentality is good for the long term. I won't spend it unless it's worth it. Amen. Value. You're using less than 4% long-term to day trade, working on increasing your daily limit. Good. So like I'm saying, man, I'm not trying to chastise anybody. I'm not trying to limit anybody. Only the devil will tell you to stop. But I do think with my knowledge and my experience, I am trying to definitely hammer home budget control. And that is what we need. And that is what all of you need. All of you will benefit off of it. All of you will get value out of it, no matter what strategy you are employing. That's the benefit. I don't care what you're doing. If you can have a budget control and are aware of the standards of that and are able to manage your budget effectively, whether you are running a company or running a gambling operation, I do think that will help you. So that's what I'm trying to hammer home. And that's why I know sometimes it may be a harsh truth, but that's why I'm going to ask you guys questions like, how much percentage are you using of your money? What are you really spending on these short-term opportunities? You have to have an answer for that, and you can't lie because it's math. And if the math doesn't math, I mean, that will tell me what you're doing is risky or not. Anything else doesn't matter. You could be saying, hey, I'm juggling knives that are lit on fire. But if they're within 10% of your budget, I don't give a fuck. Who cares? You can't get that hurt if you're protected. But if you're saying I'm, doing this crazy strategy with half my money, 3/4 of my money, well, now the consequences are a lot higher. So that's where we got to hammer that home. So I encourage you to find your own strategy, do what you need to do. But if you're not taking your budget control seriously, then, you just don't want anything beneficial at that point. And that's for everybody. Any strategy, any part of the world, this will advance you. Oil and natural gas moving up. Interesting. Where's the NVDA? Off market. I remember some of them, bro. You've been getting some good ones. Keep sending them. I'll let you know which ones will offer on, or if we could try to get them referred. But you've been doing good, man. You let me know. I'm going to get you. You already have a membership. Whenever that runs out, I got you, though. But yeah, just keep sending them, bro. Not all of them are going to be there. I'm going to try to refer a couple of them. And then some of them, obviously, the sellers aren't trying to work, or they're based on the price. But yeah, they're beautiful. Someone this morning. I think I saw that one. Yeah. Grimsley. Well, let me go over if that one came in the AM. I saw a decent amount last night. The ones after the bell. I didn't see yours, Connor. I forwarded a couple of them. And then there was one. Japan Saito, global economy facing high uncertainties. And then again, yo, homie. Say. Or Niravit. Are you here right now? Homeboy who wants to buy in Atlanta. Are you here right now? I pray to God that you're here right now. And if you don't have a membership, this is even awkwarder because now you can't even tell me that you're here. I do have something for you. 3 TL. That's not a bad play, honestly. The time is decent. Try to get closer to the money. That's the only problem with that play, but I like the idea of TLT here. Hey, look at the Twitch. You guys, look at 10%, baby. 10%. Doesn't matter how. 10% is the minimum. I don't care if you make $1 million or $1. You have to save 10%. And like I said, I know it's hard in life, but that season is over. Okay? You know, the season where I encourage you and I like play into your excuses and I tell you, yeah, okay, life's difficult. Oh, yeah. No, that time is over now. It's very simple. If you cannot save 10% off of your money, at minimum, you are a liar. You are not trying. I know you're going to be like, you have kids and all of that. I understand. Take some of this tough love and hear me out. It is a phenomena. Right now, when I tell you you can't afford to save 10%, you're like, I can't do it. I don't have enough. I have to pay my bills. And you're like, I can't do it. This is what I'm telling you. Do it. Why? Because you will notice the phenomena that even if you didn't even have enough money, you will still find a way to succeed. I promise you. It's the trippiest thing ever. You could have diapers, car bill, daycare, all of it. Just pay yourself 10% first, and you're going to be like, how can I afford anything? The phenomena is that you will find a way to survive. That is what has happened to everybody who has done it. Some people have been more willing to than not, but it's a phenomena. I'm telling you, I can't explain it to you. I cannot, this is why Philo comes into play, because I can't give you a reasonable answer to this. I can't explain why this happens. I can't explain why you could spend all your money and have nothing for it, but the moment, even if you have obligations, the moment you pay yourself 10%, you will still find a way to survive off the 90. I promise you. I don't know why. It's a phenomenon. It truly is, but that's what happens. So like I'm saying, and it's very simple. If you're telling me it doesn't work, I promise you haven't tried it. And that's why I'm saying this is the season of entertaining. No, it's over now. You need to try it. Save 10% off top. Doesn't matter rich or poor. Doesn't matter white, black, Asian, Mexican. Does not matter. Your parents taught you shit. They didn't teach you shit. It doesn't matter. 10%. You have kids. You're single. It doesn't matter. You must pay yourself first. 10% minimum. Anything after that, go ahead. Do whatever you want. But 10% is the minimum. And this is crazy. You know what I realized the other day? 10% minimum is what God asks. That's what they call tithing. Now, I'm not going to make this religious, but I just thought it was funny because I'm like, do you know how many people have a problem giving money to a church? So some people, 10% of their income to God is a wild concept. But what I've learned in my years here, a lot of people even have trouble paying 10% to themselves. So hear me out. Do you realize, although I think you should tithe, I don't really give a shit right now. Because that's not what my job has been here for you guys. I'm just telling you to pay your damn self. I'm not telling you to give it to God. I'm not telling you to give it to a pastor. I'm not telling you to buy my course. I'm not telling you to buy stream alerts. I'm not telling you to even sign up for a membership. The part that people are giving me friction on, I'm literally telling you to pay yourself what the Bible would tell you to pay God. And people have a trouble with that too. That's what I'm saying. I've seen people fight themselves to not pay themselves. That's wild. I get it. Fight me over God. Fight me and go get philosophical over God. And is he real? Is he fake? What about the pastor? Why would I? You know what I'm saying? I get that. That's fine. That makes more sense, to be honest with you. But you are saying you don't want to give yourself 10%? That's crazy. Come on. Come on. Come on. You are your own God, my brother. What are you talking about? And you don't even want to pay you? Come on. That's it. Why not then? At this point, you should just give your life to the Lord then. If you're telling me this whole time, if you can't even accept the fact of giving it to the God that you can't see, you have problems paying yourself. You are selfish. We all care about ourselves more than anyone else. And you won't even give yourself that money. What? So that's what I'm saying. But I know it's hard, you guys. Believe me. I really do. But like I told you, that time I'm not feeding into to that reality of that. It's over now. I'm just telling you to try it. And you will survive. It's a phenomenon. So if you're with me, watch. Your life will change. I promise you. Ask anybody in here who's done it. I'm not here to waste your time. Save that 10%. Even if you think you don't got it, you will learn quickly that you do. Amen. Amen. And then Bank of Japan, Ueda made comments. And then Atlanta guy, is he here or not? Yeah, and then the guy who emailed me, I don't click on links, man. You said you have a gift for me, but I'm not clicking that shit. Respectfully. And then, yeah, I want Atlanta guy in here, bro. I got your email, Carson. I remember seeing that. I forwarded it to them. And I'll go, honestly, Carson, if you're going to be here later today, I would love to go over the thing with you. Because I went over it with the agents yesterday. And then I have a guy. I got a good guy in South Carolina I want you to work with. His name is Open Face Sandwich. I don't know if he's going to be available, but I would love. He's going to be in South Carolina. But like I said, my intention. It's a beautiful idea. My goal is to give. I'm giving the same buyer packet to the agent. I want you and the agent to have the same info. And if you guys, I told this to the agents yesterday. If you guys haven't realized what I'm doing, it's an awesome thing. Because at the end of the day, I am not getting paid off of this. Whether you believe me or not, I'll make my ad revenue now. And that's it. Give me a membership. But I'm not going to get paid off of your guys' real estate deals. You guys know that, right? So I told this to the agents because I'm like, listen, man, if you guys are going to fuck this up, and I'm not getting paid, this makes, what are we doing right now? And this is very simple because the beautiful thing is that I'm going to give your agent information and then I'm going to give you information. But then the best part is I am a neutral third party. So I could help overlook the deals. I could weigh in on it, but I am not like, I don't benefit. And that's how I want it to be. But my goal is long-term. I told this. My goal is to build equity. And I think for some of you, if this is your first purchase and we have hundreds of chads like this, if you're wondering, you're like, why are you doing this for no money? Is because in 10 years, we're going to dominate. That's why. I see it as a long-term investment. I don't care about the small pennies right now. Very simple. I get you in your first house after building you up from 30K. We play our cards right in a decade. You will all have a lot of real estate and money. I don't think this is going to be your first deal. You see what I'm saying? So I am. I'm trying to parlay you as a lifelong client for Chad, and I want everybody working together. So again, Carson, if you're going to be here, I'll go over what I went with the agents with you, and we could cover that, and then I'll connect you with an agent, and that's why I'm saying we'll watch how this plays out, and then it should work out good. And here's the thing. They're going to help you, however, like you guys are all going to have different needs, but the number one thing is going to be building equity. That's what I was trying to explain. I have a whole criteria. I'm going to show you what I did with some of my first purchases. And literally the whole idea is that the priority is build equity. I want you guys to get houses that are going to be easier to build equity in and that have less likelihood of having to you have to put money in to extract that value. We want good value right off the bat. Most of the agents are on the team, but we do need referral partners. So I already ran into an issue where we don't have people in certain areas. And then, Legend, if you're the guy who emailed me with Atlanta and you already own a home and you want to buy that other one, do not buy that house you sent me. I do not like that one at all. I think you should stay away from it. It's been on the market for almost 300 days. The way they're pricing it and how they didn't. Oh, you didn't email me? Then no, that's not you. But somebody keeps emailing me this property in Atlanta, and they want an agent and they want a lender, but the property they're sending me, I think, is a very bad deal. I wouldn't do that deal. So I hope you're here right now to hear this, but yeah. Any deals? No, I got an agent in Jersey, but I'll look. But that's the thing. Email me, and I'll put you in touch with the agent, because here's what you could do. We had, what's his name? Colin did this the other day. If you find a house and you email me and just say, hey, is this a deal? If you find a good one, I'll let you know. Like, so the other day, Carson, or was it Carson? Colton. You guys all had these names. Or Colin. He emailed me, and he was like, yo, I was looking in my hometown, and he was like, what do you think about this deal? And I was like, bro, I was like, dude, that house is $100K below market. I was like, go offer on that. But he didn't have the agent and all that. So ideally, if you send a property and it's a good deal, I mean, I want you in touch with the agent, because I already told him. I said, hey, if you guys are working with the Chad and you find one of these things and it looks like a good deal, I said, don't hit them with no sales pitch. Just offer for them. Help them get that thing moving, because that's what you got to do on that. So if you are in Jersey, shop around. I'll put you in touch with the agent, but, really, you're going to have to keep shopping, and there's no rush. Hey, yo, those SPY puts are back up again, 20%. Commerce Secretary Kessler calls for a report of TSMC producing hundreds of thousands of chips for Huawei. Major concern. Commerce Secretary clapping him. It's coming out now. I'll forward it now to you. Well, I already forwarded it to Cole Real Estate, so we have a process. I'm going to get the emails. I'm going to send them to the Cole Real Estate team. Tyler is going to assign it to the agent in that area, and then we're going to have another agent assigned to monitor the deal. And then from there, they're going to run you. They should run you through the value assessment that I've given them, and then we hunt. So yeah, I'll get that forwarded, but we've already put it in the process, but I want that one. I do want that one to go to Open Face, because I know he has some good deals or good connects in South Carolina. All right, man. We'll see you soon then. And on that note. I need to go pee. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. God bless you. Good morning.
UK and Australia, they had about 1,000 people a year applying for their programs, which were similar. So it'll be a lot, but not quite what they're saying.
Got it. So we're not going to hit that 10 million number that Trump at least threw out is like.
We were this close to paying off the debt.
Would be $50 trillion.
Any bit helps.
I think he's going to go to commercial.
All right, Robert, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thanks to you as well. We got a lot more market coverage for you straight ahead.
All right, wait a second. Like the video, yeah, so we could free the other chats. GME calls in size again. You're going to get the, what's it called? You're going to get them Ryan Cohen comments soon. Great call out XLP is nice. We got some good hitters today. I'll take it. He's a real estate in. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I can't verify that with any other outside the team. That's what I'm saying. The beauty of what I'm trying to do here is I want to be a unpaid outside party to give good info because, again, I don't want you guys with agents who aren't going to be having the same objective. We have a different objective. My goal is to build you equity. I want all of you to do what I've done in my life, where I've pulled off these $8,000, get a house, turn it to $100K, right? I want you $20K down payment, walking away with $250,000. I want you keep flipping and rotating that back and forth, and that's why it's there. No, he said he's not affiliated with me. I appreciate him letting you know that, but that's why I'm saying we have a different, there's agents everywhere, but my goal is I'm going to be pretty much bitching at your agent and then also informing the client. And again, I am not getting paid on this. That is my whole objective. My goal is down the line, you become a multimillionaire in 10 years. I think you're going to be very useful to our real estate empire. Bro, closing like 10K. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Just because you don't know how to do it doesn't mean I haven't. Come on, brother. I've gotten a $400,000 property. I made a video on this 10 years ago almost. $400,000 property for $9,000 out to get the keys. I've done that. And then I've sold it and I made about $120, $150 in equity. Again, I paid the mortgage payments, but it was $9,000 to get the keys.
Innovation, money, and power collide in Silicon Valley and beyond. This is Bloomberg Technology with Caroline Hyde and Ed Ludlow.
At the Trading Fraternity on Instagram, Real Cold News on Twitter.
Live from New York, I'm Caroline Hyde.
And I'm Jackie Davalos in San Francisco. This is Bloomberg Technology.
Coming up, NVIDIA shares slipping despite an upbeat view on the Blackwell lineup. That's as investors see a mixed outlook after 2 years of blowout results. Plus, investors unsure of Salesforce's new AI product, if it can spur faster sales growth. We'll break down the company's earnings. And we sit down with the CEO of Amazon after the company unveiled the long-awaited AI version of its Alexa assistant and just announced its new quantum computing chip. At first, a quick check on these markets. As we can currently see, we are under pressure once again. This is a macro picture that weighs heavily on the market. Perhaps some inflationary pressures, worries about tariffs, and NVIDIA numbers did not do enough to ease those concerns. We're down some 3.7%. Look, it's still a $3 trillion company, but herein lies the issue of whether or not Blackwell is ramping as fast enough to offset some of the concerns around China and tariffs and limitations on exports. Jensen Huang does a lot to talk about the new cycle of scaling laws that come, of course, from reasoning models. We move on to some other individual names that we're going to be diving into across the board. Salesforce under pressure, off by 2%. We'll discuss the earnings a little bit later. Agentforce not bringing in the revenue as quickly as had been anticipated. And let's just finish on the all-important Amazon. Currently trading as we see macro pressure on tech more broadly. We're currently flat. A new quantum chip. And most notably, of course, the generative AI infusion into Alexa Plus, which we can delve into in the CEO in a moment, because we now want to welcome to our TV and radio audiences worldwide Amazon's president and CEO, Andy Jassy. Great to have you in New York.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Back home where you grew up.
That's right.
And you were unveiling generative AI-infused Alexa Plus. How is this going to really, well, excite your customer base? What are you most excited for it?
Well, Alexa's been around for 10 years. We have 600 million devices in customers' homes and offices. And Alexa Plus is our next generation Alexa personal assistant. And she's meaningfully smarter and more capable and useful than her prior self. You can do all the things that you used to do, but every single one of those functions is better. And I can give you just an example. There are so many examples, but if you have smart home controls with Alexa, now you can say, hey, Alexa, I have guests coming over at 7 p.m. Could you raise the drapes? Could you raise the temperature by 5 degrees, turn on the porch lights and the driveway lights, and put on
Bro, why does he keep going everywhere?
Mellow music?
I feel like we've seen Jossie everywhere. And then NVDA coming down.
Mellow dining music. But you can do that all verbally and simply using conversational language like that. You don't need an app. It just happens. And so
you got a buyer under contract paying less than 4K out the door for a 405 using first-time buyer. Yeah. Bro, we had a Chad last year get a house for $700 down payment. That was the cost to get the keys.
Various questions.
This is what I've been trying to tell everybody, man. And now a lot of you got a fat log home.
Make reservations for you and hire people to fix your oven. I mean, it really is the first big, large-scale practical use of generative AI that consumers are going to be able to see and use naturally.
I can see how you're going to obsess over it, whether it's ordering the latest buffalo wings here in New York and seeing where the best space is to do that. But how are your stakeholders of shareholder base going to obsess
TBLA, didn't they have earnings in the morning?
Generative AI in Alexa Plus, how is that adding value for them?
Well, I think if you think about what Alexa allows customers to do, it makes shopping more easy because it's so much more intuitive now to buy products. It makes enjoying music easier. It makes enjoying video and streaming media better. It allows you to control your smart home in a different way. So every single one of our customer experiences gets better with Alexa Plus. And then, of course, Alexa has its own business model. We have a brand new lineup of devices that are coming in the fall that are beautiful, that I think people are going to really like. We have opportunities to surface new products and advertising in various interfaces like our mobile and our desktop
This explains Howard Hughes on the high.
And then we have subscriptions, and so
So I'll just show you. This is what I'm talking about with the agent thing. Thank you, Tim. That's why. Everybody has their complaints about real estate. So I hope this is, so you got the agent doing the deal. Then you got the agent assigned to watch the deal. Then you got the overlook by Royke, and then I'm going to be watching them all. And that's beautiful. That's exactly it. Amen. Amen.
Say it's 300 million items, and most of the time you're getting your products now inside of a day. And so, between that and what you get with Prime Video and Prime Music and the grocery subscription and, our unique selling events, Prime's an incredible value. So
you could increase it?
To add on top of it, Alexa Plus, it's just great value. So we don't have any plan right now, but I do think Prime's an unusual value, and that's why people use it so expansively.
And to increase that use has been this invention, this innovation of generative AI, and that costs money. And you've actually just took to the stage yesterday to say, out of all companies, you are spending the most on AI. How much are you spending on AI?
Well, I think we don't disclose the exact amount, but we're spending a pretty significant amount of CapEx, and the lion's share of it is on generative AI. We've said in our AWS business, even though generative AI for us is a many billion-dollar a year business and growing triple-digit percentages year over year, that if we had even more capacity, we could use it and monetize it. And we have this really interesting and very fortunate flywheel in AI inside of Amazon, which is if your mission is to make customers' lives easier and better every day, which it is for us, and if you believe that all the customer experiences we know of today are going to be reinvented through generative AI, which we also believe. If you believe those two things,
Roblo and Dash on the high. High ticker's still working, man.
If you build
Dow is green, everything else is red. You're like in the middle of that little morning dump. There is HIMS.
So if there are a lot of generative AI apps being built on top of you, you can't help but get a lot of feedback from people on how they want those building blocks that create generative AI to be better. And if you're willing to invest in those building blocks, which we are, as you know, with our own chips, with Trainium, and with our own frontier model, with Amazon Nova, and model building services, and SageMaker AI, and Bedrock, if you're willing to invest in those building blocks, and you're getting a lot of feedback, they get better much more quickly, which can't help but make it easier and quicker for people to build generative AI applications, which means you get more running on the platform. So that flywheel is very unique for Amazon.
The lion's share, though, you did say basically a $100 billion run rate for CapEx expenditure. Can you give us even like a percentage breakdown of how much that goes to distribution, logistics, and how much goes to AI?
Well, lion's share is, tell you most of it. Most of it. The lion's share is more than 50%. Yes.
Is it more than 80%?
We're playing the warmer and colder game.
Yes, exactly. I love a game. But talk to us about that capacity that you talked about.
Yeah.
AWS could grow even faster if you had all the chips that you needed, all the power you needed, the motherboards you needed. How much faster could AWS grow?
It's hard to put an exact percentage, but I do think it could be growing faster. I mean, I'm confident it could be growing faster. And, there is, for a long time, there still aren't as many chips as we all want. We have, we're fortunate in that we're very big partners with NVIDIA, but then we also have our own custom AI silicon in Trainium 2, which we just released at reInvent, which is 30 to 40% more price performant than the GPU-powered instances, which is a big deal at scale if you're doing generative AI on the inference side. So we have maybe more chips than some others might have access to, but we still don't have enough, and then there just is not enough power in the world right now, and we're all working really hard on that. I expect that to relieve some the second half of this year, but right now, and the world can change, but right now we have just insatiable demand.
We had amazing demand coming from Jensen Huang, who had his numbers out yesterday in NVIDIA. Was there a limitation on the NVIDIA chips in particular that pulled back capacity? And at what point do you think you can depend even more on your own in-house built chips to offset any of that?
Well, I would say, there's a lot of demand for generative AI right now. People are very excited about it. I think that all the different providers of chips have been constrained to some extent. I think some of the new generations,
ZK, CRM,
and when they're going to be released,
spy popping a little bit.
There are
and
some
NVIDIA
components like motherboards and things like that we all use that. Particular ones are in short.
Yeah, again, CRM, they were down more. Bros on the high. High ticker's getting more active. First solar, and I saw other energy on the low before.
People are very excited about Trainium 2. To your question on
Nine
whether
Baba
we can
puts.
see
Good luck,
more
baby.
demand there, and we have gone
Good
back
luck.
At least a couple occasions.
Yeah, Baba's not doing much. Bond's down. Spy trying to move again. Bros.
So much demand. So I expect that we'll have customers for as long as I can foresee, wanting to run compute on instances that have NVIDIA chips. But I think a lot of the demand will also be served by Trainium.
The customers.
Yeah, these Amazon quotes are hitting the wire
because of the limited capacity. Is it that you just had to pull it back from everyone?
Release new gadgets. There's not enough chips and power to meet demand.
It's always a combination. There's
President of Iraq, Barzani,
a very small
Kurdistan calls for
accelerators that they
PKK
need.
to lay down
arms.
arms.
Problem. We have something called capacity blocks, which it's kind of like an on-demand way to use accelerators and generative AI chips, and that continues to grow. It's really the folks who have built. Have an idea for a new application, but they need a lot of chips. Where if we don't have the capacity, we have to give them what we can give them and give it to them as fast as we can and push our partners to get it in sooner. And they can't get their initiatives done as quickly as they want to if the capacity isn't there.
Anthropic's had all the capacity it needs? You've got a close relationship?
Yeah, we have a very close partnership with Anthropic. We have this project called Project Rainier with them. They're building their next model, their next version of their frontier model on top of Trainium 2 and our custom AI silicon. They're going to use over 400,000 Trainium 2 chips. And so, yes, they have They have capacity. They're ramping up, and we're excited about that partnership and what they're building.
Trading? No.
You mentioned the power side.
Budget control.
How much is that?
Promise
something
you.
You're talking to the administration about.
How about this?
How much is the administration supportive
if you want to quit trading,
you need to do?
We have been talking
give me a month of strict budget discipline before doing that, and do it on paper trading if you insist.
Well. And I think
that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to talk y'all out of anything. Really I want y'all to do it the right way. And, so if trading has become a problem for you, I don't think you guys are all bad traders. I think most people have bad balance management. That's what it comes down to. The budget, not anything else.
Chips? And what's interesting is Microsoft just called on the administration today to say this limitation on chip access for some of our close allies around the world is going to limit our global business. You are a global business. Is that something you're worried about?
And we are. I think that you're really talking about that AI Diffusion Act, I think, and I'm going to be curious to see where that goes. I mean, it was enacted pretty quickly at the very end of the last administration. I don't know how this administration feels about it, but I would say that we share the concern that it has limitations on certain countries who are natural allies of the U.S., who just to be able to do their business and those companies to be able to get done what they want to get done on top of these technology infrastructure platforms like AWS, they're going to need more chips. And so I think if we don't do it, we're going to basically give up that business and those relationships to
the Epstein
to
stuff was released. It's just like there's a bunch of PDF
being partners with them.
Is it a risk to AWS?
It's not so much a risk. I mean, it has in the scheme of things, it's not a big swinger, but I also think that there are so many countries who are in the early stages of their economic development who both really need
spy back up. Sadly, you've been in this range for like an hour. DoorDash on the high. That was running earlier. I think it's going green now.
Geographic markets
they're already up too.
Companies like ours and lots of other technology companies where I think it would be a shame to limit them and to limit the companies.
With the AI diffusion rules that was brought in very swiftly by the Biden administration, all of this is in the context of US versus China and not wanting to get the...
We're not running up on news. I mean, tariff stuff in the morning, NVDA post, bad real estate data. That kind of gave us this little freak out. And then now we're chilling, waiting on more details.
For your business when it comes to China, de minimis, for example, the fact that
DeSantis, Florida does not welcome Andrew and Tristan.
And have to pay more to get goods into the country. Does that help or hinder you?
Yeah, well, MPW finally.
I would say, on de minimis specifically, we have a certain number of items that are shipped in that way as well for things like haul, which is our new low price offering. We maybe have less of it than some other companies like the ones that you mentioned.
Oh, are they having the earnings call?
I think it's early in this administration.
Again, spied, see if you'll get activity. Watch any of the calls too if we get above 596.50.
Wants to hear from business. I would say that we've been a business through 6 administrations. Every single one.
Yeah, Florida just made a comment on Andrew Tate.
Of customers, but we try to build a productive relationship with the administration because we want to help the country. And I would
GM and Goldman on the high. High ticker's almost fully gassed.
But this
so like I'm saying, if we could get above here, watch out for that. Maybe you play the front run.
And I've always been surprised that it is
going spy calls. Good luck, baby.
That the best
way to post the play.
Results for a country are going to be when the public and the private sector collaborate. And I don't expect the government to kowtow to what companies want, but they should get their feedback and their input because they're going to make policies better together.
Hey, you're moving there.
And I'm encouraged early on that this administration wants to talk to businesses.
Are you taking calls personally?
I take calls. We talk to, same thing with all the administration. We talk to people in the administration. We share what's working for us, what's not working for us, concerns that we have. As I said, some administrations care more about our feedback than others.
Has Trump cared about yours? Have you spoken to the president?
I have spoken to the president.
Lift is up 8. Yeah, and they're running here at the high.
Busy the first month, but I am encouraged that they are having conversations with businesses, and they do care about our feedback, and we'll see what happens. But it starts with a dialogue. You have to have a dialogue to have any kind of relationship.
And they care about AI infrastructure. Just take Stargate. Are we going to hear more from you on how much you're investing here in the United States on the AI infrastructure build out as well?
Well, as we talked about earlier, where we said it was directionally.
High ticker is like fully gassed. So get ready for you. This is either going to lead to the breakout or it's going to stop. But you got a lot of momentum here from growth to even value.
Also in this country, in the U.S., we spend elsewhere because we have a global business. We have customers.
So again, just wait if Amazon or Apple. Yeah, Apple's even at the high too. You're gonna need you need somebody to give you some juice
to attenuate soon.
If only we could get a number. I'm interested in something that perhaps is going to feel a more sensitive topic, and it comes around perhaps some words that were missing in your annual report this year, which were diversity and inclusion. I put this in the context of the administration as it stands because I know that Amazon strives to be the Earth's best employer. And I'm just wondering how your employees react to perhaps the lack of certain words now involved and whether or not programs might be forced to change or not.
Yeah. Well, what I would tell you, just at a high level, if you serve as many customers as we do in as many diverse groups as we do and we intend to moving forward.
He's like, we serve so many people, we're diverse.
Team to be able to build products that work for everybody, and that has always been our intention. It continues to be our intention. I think that there were so many programs that we launched.
Okay, get ready. So you're making the move.
In the pandemic.
Again, that free SPY put died. I mean, it still has some value, but to give you an idea, again, you are moving up right now.
Every single one of our business areas.
End of the month, kind of. I guess tomorrow's the last day. But get ready. You go above here, you're going to have upside momentum. If you only get above barely or you stop, you're going to probably be here for another hour. But bonds are coming down too. It looks decent, honestly, like I'm telling you. High ticker momentum is there.
Inside our fulfillment network, our fulfillment center teammates are able to get an advanced education for free on us to advance their career and their own development. And that has been very, very successful and very meaningful. And so we double down on a program like that. There are other programs that really just haven't been that successful and haven't moved the needle much.
You may move sideways. That's what I'm saying, though. If you don't get above here, you're going to be in this range, maybe lower for another hour. If we get above here, then we make the move towards open. And then,
that is
still early. AT&T and Verizon come together to bring standardized 5G network APIs to the U.S.
Every imaginable group of people where we want builders who can build for them.
Culture is key.
Yeah.
And you just talked about how you're doing more with less. It's always a focus on frugality. That's in your very principles. That's something you've been doing at the employee base as well. You wrote out, made it very clear that they were going to be reducing layers. How is that going?
Yeah, it's going well. Look, if you have a company where the culture is an important ingredient in your success, which has absolutely been true for Amazon, it's not your birthright to keep having a strong culture, especially as you grow the number of people, the number of businesses you're in, the geographies that you're in. And so you have to work at it all the time. And for us, there were two areas when we looked at it as a leadership team last year that we wanted to strengthen. One
MST?
was we have always hired really strong owners, smart, ambitious, strong owners who get to own the lion's share of in this case, I would say 90+% of the decisions, and they, as you add a lot of people, you end up with a lot of middle managers, and those middle managers, all well-intended, want to put their fingerprint on everything. So you end up with these people being in the pre-meeting for the pre-meeting for the pre-meeting for the decision meeting, and not always making recommendations and owning things the way we want that type of ownership. So we took a goal collectively to increase the ratio of individual contributors to managers by over 15% as a company by the end of this quarter. We've made very good progress in that. We've beat that already. And it's going to allow us, for the people that are doing the work, they're going to have more ownership and they're going to be able to move more quickly. And then I think the other thing we saw was that if you're a culture that invents a lot and collaborates a lot like we do, if you don't have people in the office together doing that invention, it's just meaningfully worse. And you don't invent the same way, you don't collaborate.
I didn't think I would go that long. Let's see, I just wanted to take it all in. It's still mad early, but I hope you guys are standing up. I have been. It's time for push-ups. We're a little early, but 8 minutes until Euro close. So hopefully you're there. I mean, today we're back to green, at least everything but the NASDAQ. But yeah, it started off, NVIDIA was good enough. Then Trump comments on tariffs in the morning got us back down. And then surprisingly, we moved a lot bigger on the real estate data. And then now we've bounced back up and we're chilling. But, I mean, you're on the cusp of today could either be just like every other day. We sell off or, again, we like fight to get a little bit of relief. But either way, you are here right now. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to play him again now that I think about it. Do a push-up. I see I'm an idiot.
Not just
I need to go do a plank.
Business parlay,
yeah, so stand up.
Suddenly,
again, you didn't get past that level. Watch if it dances, but momentum triggered above here.
So
otherwise,
people debating between
be
2
prepared
decades
to
or
chill.
5 years.
High
Where do you
on the
sit
high
on the
end,
grander
Bristol.
scope of that?
Gosh, I don't know for sure. I would say I'm hopeful that it's more in the 5-ish year range than it is the 20-year range. All these things that are successful are 7, 10, 20-year overnight successes. It wasn't like, if you look at generative AI, it's just kind of another evolution of AI, but we've been working on AI for 50 some odd years. I mean, and it's just boom, it happened, and it really shocked us when it actually was more accessible and worked. And I think the same thing could happen with quantum computing, which is, takes a long time, and then all of a sudden, it's functional and solves problems that you couldn't solve easily or
check quantum on that.
Before.
I just got out of my
like
plank.
Overnight, but quantum computing we've been working on now for 10 plus years.
I was on like any news, but hype.
And then people try to make head or tail of how long that euphoria lasts. Going back to the investment that you make, and particularly in generative AI, do you think it's going to be peak year for generative AI in terms of that investment that Amazon makes?
I don't know. It's funny. I have this feeling that you're going to end up with some people that feel a little disillusioned about generative AI because the investment, or you getting the commensurate return. It's still very early. You have so many companies that are really doing pilots right now of their generative AI applications. And you already see a little bit of it. But I think that the smart companies are going to figure out which are the initiatives that can really change their customer experience in their businesses and keep investing in generative AI. And the slower companies are going to wait to see if it's safe to go outside, and they'll be behind by 2 or 3 years, maybe more, because the reality is, even more so than software development, generative AI is very iterative. It's not in software development.
It started to move. I think option
with a team
activity.
of architects and design something, and maybe it doesn't work exactly as you designed it, but largely. Yeah. Whereas in generative AI,
is it normal for your credit to go up 100 points after a mortgage? Yeah.
Disproportionate rates.
Because now you've just borrowed hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I think that
so your available credit just jumped.
The model gets so much better. You talk to the scientists on the team; they just can't believe.
That's why when you pay off a car, your credit goes down.
And so I think that if you actually aren't investing in generative AI, you're going to be behind by even the amount of time that you waited, because there are so many lessons you get from iterating and building applications today.
And you want to be the supermarket of AI, it feels like, agnostic to the models, as it is with Amazon Alexa Plus?
Well, look, the truth is, what we care most about in all our businesses, but as it relates to AWS and AI, we want our customers to be able to change their customer experiences and improve their businesses so they can last over a long period of time successfully. And if we do right by our customers and take the long-term approach we do, and they're able to run their applications successfully on top of our technology infrastructure services, then they're successful and we ride along with them. And so, we in all these areas, we have services we build ourselves. In the models area, we have Amazon Nova, which people are really excited about because it's got comparable intelligence to the leading models in the world, but it's meaningfully less expensive and lower latency. But if customers prefer to run other models, we have a huge partnership with Anthropic and with Llama and
have DeepSeek.
Mistral, DeepSeek. I mean, we have the largest collection of leading foundation models in the world. And if customers are having success with those, then we're happy. And the truth is, if you build a lot of generative AI applications, people don't realize this, you use multiple model types, often in the same application. Even Alexa Plus, as we talked about, uses
crypto rolling over.
Models.
All right.
And so we want people to use the right model for their applications, and then we make it easy for them to switch between them and run it easily and successfully on AWS.
All right. Thank you, Jossie. Oh, man. Navarro talking on Fox Business. They're coming back down, so be careful if Navarro highlights the whole March thing again. That's going to be worrisome. And then the other thing is, what's it called? Bitcoin in liquidation. So if you guys notice, remember why I made that SPY put this morning? It was because gold started liquidating. So even as we've bounced, you'll notice gold is there and now Bitcoin. So the dollar's actually up today. So if we start getting some of these other moves, I would just pay attention to that. So if we really are going to go down, I think it'll be a trade headline. Otherwise, just be mindful of gold, Bitcoin, flushes, dollar takes another huge run. I would be mindful of that. So we will see. And then yes, your credit does go down when you pay something off. And then it goes up when you borrow a lot because it's your available credit pushing past high. Bro, I think MPW should really go crazy. Again, I made a play on it, so I'm biased, and I already own a lot, but I actually was very impressed with that earnings finally. It wasn't bad, no problems on dividend. They literally have enough money to pay all maturities into almost the next 2 years. That was the big worry when we bought this stock, so I'm a big fan. But it's already, again, some REITs didn't do too good. But, yeah, even then, O is still, some of them had their, like, O had a bad earnings and came up, and then you're going to need the bonds. Bitcoin, well, that's the thing. I'm just telling you, the dollar's up today. So if Bitcoin flushes, gold flushes, that'll probably make the dollar worth more. And then, again, I don't think we're going to take it positively or just by default, man, if somebody's liquidating, I mean, again, especially gold, when there's no reason to, then you might watch that carry over into other assets. So we'll see. But you are coming right back down now. Where is that SPY put? That SPY put's still up. So I got squashed on it. Again, I made it free. I played this, got a free one, and then it bounced around. That bounce literally killed the premium. And then take note of bonds, because if we do flush, bonds also want to inverse and do the same thing. So be on the look. Yeah, IDF strikes Hezbollah observation post in South Lebanon. That just came out now, so you're getting some Israel war stuff. Alrighty, so see, otherwise, like I said, we don't break above here. Even if we don't break down, it could do the same thing. You guys know that, right? So again, unfortunately, with not too much driving us, you could still dance around. So it's either we're looking for one direction, up or down, but still, yeah, JD and Pinduoduo. Yo, these are on the high. Why? And Baidu. I don't get what's going on. Very interesting. So again, China plays are going up right now, even in the midst of this. And then value, that Staples, they're doing better. They're doing good, but they could have done better. Again, even XLV is up there too. So we will see. Why does Bitcoin look up? I think it is up. Yeah, Bitcoin futures are up by 0.69. So even though it's down, it gapped up a little bit more. So Bitcoin closed pretty low yesterday, edged up during the middle of the night, and then came down right now over the last couple of hours. But literally, they are it's actually green. Yeah, and then we got Euro closed now. So get ready. Here is pre-Euro right around the closing. Give it like 15 minutes to settle, but yeah, we'll see. So stagflation is becoming a concern. How do you win in that environment? Oh, my brother, you're already prepared, assuming you did it in advance. But diversification, having a little bit of cash but not too much, and then taking advantage of the value or, again, plays with cash flow, depending on what happens with the economy. But generally, the answer is diversification, a little bit of everything. And then even having cash at your disposal to take advantage of the value that stagflation even brings, right? You know, it makes certain things go up, other things go down. People are worried, people are benefiting, but generally, I think it'll create opportunities, and you just don't, and then you don't want to get crushed. So by being diversified, you don't get crushed on any down swings, and then, again, you're ready to act with whatever else, assuming you got cash and the other stuff ready to go. Mara. What percent cash? So 20% is I think 20% is the limit on cash. I think, again, this is something I learned on Wall Street back in the day, and it has always held. But pretty much cash, 20%, you don't need any more of that. Why? Because you got to really think about it. If, even I think our Meta example was a great example. Or even Netflix. Imagine that time, we bought Meta, Netflix, Uber, and JP Morgan, all hundreds of percent lower, all within the last 24 months. And you got to think about it. When the market goes down, and like if you really are getting big discounts on stocks, they usually go down a lot. I don't know if you guys have, again, well, you'll see it. The funny part is, I was thinking about this the other day. You guys remember all throughout like the last year, every time the long term would rally, do you guys remember what I would tell you? I was constantly reminding you. I was like, hey guys, there's going to be a time when the long term turns around. Every time we would hit a new high, I was just reminding you guys. I said, listen, this is great and all, and I love it, but just remember, don't get too emotional. There will be a time your long term isn't going straight up. All right? I reminded everybody at every high, and it's kind of amazing how it keeps going up. But at the end of the day, the point is, it's a whole different environment when the market comes down, and you'll see it. Watch. You think everybody in here is solid? Wait till the market goes down 10%. Wait till the market goes down 15%. And you're going to watch, me having to explain to people why they shouldn't sell. And I'm going to have to remind them about all of these things. So the whole point is, long story short, you're 20% cash. If the market really goes down, you're going to be able to buy probably 40, 50% of your portfolio with just 20% cash. Because you have 20% cash based on the value of today. So if the market plummets and a lot of names go down, you think you could buy 20%. If you cut the price in half, now you could get 40%. And that right there is why 20% cash is perfect. And then that way you don't have more than 20% cash. You're not missing out on opportunity. You're not really just sitting there getting inflated away. So 20% is the max. And that doesn't matter who you are, where you are. If you're a trained person, you could do a lot with 20%. You could do a lot with 20%. But other than that, it's like you don't need more, and anything less, you're going to be limited as well. But diversification for stagflation, inflation, deflation, that is the answer. I'm just talking about portfolio, so you save your money, save your 10%, put it into a long term, and then whatever cash that's not invested, that's the cash that I'm talking about. And then it shouldn't be more than 20% of your value. So in my case, I have let's say I have $30,000 in the small account. 20% would be $6,000 in cash. I should not go over that amount. Same thing with the other account, $250, 20% cash would be $50,000. So I don't think I need more than that. So you get what I'm saying? Like over the next couple of years, why would I need more than $6,000 cash in the small one? Why would I need more than $50,000? Because if the market goes down, then that's it. It's very simple. We'll be able to get a lot, and then that's why we haven't missed out on anything and could outperform, because we didn't sit there just holding our cash. You're sitting at 70. That's good, but you might have made a mistake. That's what I say. It's just too much. I think most people, cash is comfortable, but even then, I think even like 2020 was a good example on why you got to move your money. That's it. You just watched the whole economy crash in 2020. Do you guys know how many people went cash and stayed cash because of that, and not because they wanted to? That's the thing. Do you know how many people went 70, 80% cash 2020, 2021. And we're like, no. This is gonna come down. And yeah, you're gonna, at the end of the day, that will really put you behind. Because that's what I'm saying. Houses doubled. The S&P ETF doubled, for crying out loud. You know, everything started to go up. So at that point, the safety is nice of cash, but you know, you're going too hard. You're going fully on cash. I think a little bit of everything is the answer. What do you think a realistic emergency fund is? I don't know. I think you get a house and let your house be your emergency fund. If the long term is 10 and cash is 20, no, you're misinterpreting it. I'm talking about the cash in your long term. So my long term is literally $240,000. Every time I deposit and don't use it, that's cash. So that's the cash that I'm talking about. No, I'm not talking about your checkings. I'm not talking about your savings. I'm saying in building your long-term portfolio, you don't need more than 20% cash. Again, are you ready for this? I said this a couple months ago, and it blew some people's minds. And we just had a philo. Do you guys know that greed isn't just about items? You could be greedy without wanting a lot. Some people don't realize this. And this is what I said. Again, just years, decades in the financial markets, I've just learned this because I've seen it. I've seen it too many times in real estate, in stocks, and all of it. And I want you to know, if you're sitting there with a large amount of cash, waiting for the ultimate crash buy, my brother, make no mistake, you are just as greedy as the dumbass buying 0-day calls, top-ticking NVDA every day. Yes. Think about it. Why? The mother effer waiting with all of that cash, do you think they're doing it because they want to be mindful and that they're saving their cash for so that they could responsibly and slowly work their way into a stable, good position? No. You have some people, their plan, they want a lot of money. They want to buy the fuck out of the low and profit off of the best position ever. So in a certain way, just keep in mind, as you stack up that cash, be mindful of greed being a motivator. Because again, I've seen people that way, and at first I used to think they were safe. When I was younger and people would tell me all that, when I was buying houses and they're like, you're an idiot. It's so expensive. Don't do that. When I bought Amazon, they said that, and I used to think they were safe. I used to think that they were being cautious. And then I quickly realized that, no, they're not. It's some people are. Like, if you're foreign, and like at times in my life when I got into money, I was scared. I've never handled certain amounts, and then you start growing, you don't want to do certain things, right? That's why, like, I get it. Like, if you're scared and like you want safety out of your cash and like you've never handled money, I get that. But at the end of the day, it's like most people, they're looking to, like, they're trying to make a come up. They want greed out of their cash. Their cash isn't there as a safety method. It's not there to protect them. It's there because they want to get greedy at a certain amount. They want to go big. And then that's the funny part, just like greed on the way up, right? Think about it. When you're greedy on the way up, what don't you do? You don't take profits. Right? You're like, you never know when to sell. You sell, it's never enough. Guess what? It's the same thing on the low. What ends up happening? They never buy. As somebody who's been greedy at the bottom, bought Meta, bought Netflix, I was greedy. I didn't buy NVIDIA, even though I wanted it and I knew it was a good price. Do you get what I'm saying? The greedy person on the high doesn't sell, and they want to keep holding, want to even buy more. That's their problem. But vice versa, the guy holding with all of the cash, they never buy the low anyways. Why? Because once it goes down 50%, they want another 25%. And then they want another 30%. And then they're like, oh, look, now it's happening. It's going to do it more. And then before you know it, like I'm saying, just like the guy who never takes the profit at the highs, they never buy at the lows. So do you guys get what I'm telling? I am trying to keep you away from extremes. We have a plan. It's slow. It survives in any environment. All you got to do is inch your way into it. That's it. You're moving a little, not moving too much. Have diversification. That's it. When you start going extremes of greed, cash, you're going to fall to these traps as well. The whole point is we're getting money, we're constantly saving it, and we're constantly moving it. And we're doing it within a very, again, you may think I'm a weirdo. I could do voices and all of that, but the long term that I'm offering you is the most reasonable shit ever. I'm not giving you a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not telling you to buy dog shit. I'm not telling you to only go all in on growth. It's balance. All I am trying to, if I keep you away from the extremes, that's it. You're going to win. The best way to go to heaven is to avoid hell. You don't even have to read the Bible or know it. Just avoid hell. And that's what I'm saying here. You need to avoid the greed and you need to avoid the panic. I can't do anything. I need to make all this money at the low. The point is keep moving. We're going to be in constant motion, little by little, and you're never going to deal with too much to make you fail or succeed. It's all going to be about the compounding, and it will reflect how well you stuck to that goal. So, yeah, I hope that helps, man. Shout out to Long Term. In case you lose your job, you want money, well, go get a house. So I'm saying, worst case, sell the house, pull out the money. Who cares? But then you're growing. But again, just don't sit too much on money. Again, this is like Finance 101, right? Grant Cardone will charge you $10,000 for this and try to scam you out of your rental property to tell you this, right? This is where, influencers take the truth and then they sell it to you. You got to keep your money moving. That's a fact, right? You don't want to just sit there and do nothing with your cash, right? But then again, you don't want to have too much cash. You don't want to have too little. Like I'm saying, avoid extremes. You're going to end up good. You can miss out being greedy at the lows with a lot of cash. Let me put it this way. I would argue that most of the people that you know in your life that stacked up cash for a big decline, most of them never bought it. True or false? You tell me from your own experience. The guy that was telling you about gold, silver, the Fed 5-10 years ago, I promise you he never bought any dip. He knew about it. He was probably right, but he never bought any dip. They're still sitting on it. I promise you. More instances than not. I'm sure there's a counter example that exists in reality, but like I'm saying, I've been in financial markets for almost 20 years now. As from a young man to a receding hairline. And I've seen a lot of this shit, unfortunately. That's why 20% for your portfolio is the max on cash. I don't play the whole have any money for, emergency fund. You put it in real estate. Again, you build equity or you have equity. If ever a true emergency, you liquidate or pull money out from the stocks or real estate to do it. That's all. So, but like I'm saying here, just don't fall for the traps of, not getting your money moving and then, don't hold too much cash, don't hold too little. Because here's the answer. You're going to need cash if we get into stagflation. If we get inflation, deflation, stagflation, it doesn't fucking matter. You're going to need some cash to maneuver. That's why I'm telling you I wouldn't be going all in right now. You should have been buying value. You have your growth working for you, but we're going to need cash. So that's my problem is that I know we're going to need cash in the future, but then some people are like, oh, we need cash? Let's get all of the cash. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying here. The answer is a little bit. Diversified, never go above any extreme. No one decision will take us out. Do you guys not get it? Even when we bought China, 10%. Savings, 10%. You're going to gamble, 10% or less. Cash, 20% or less. Are you guys not realizing it? No one thing will ever destroy us. We are fighting a battle on multiple fronts. Do you see how I'm setting it up? We got growth. We got a battle with growth. We got value. We got dividends working another front of the war. We have a certain amount of cash, certain amount of speculation. Do you get what I'm saying? We're not putting our army, I'm not betting all of the money on one battle. We don't need to, because we will take all the territory if we keep advancing how we are. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Some of you guys are like, no, we need to go cash. Cash is a certain battle, but you want to put all the troops to cash. I'm saying don't do that. You know why? You could easily get flanked on any type of move, and if things run and the war goes to the whole other Western front instead of the Eastern front, you're fucked. You can't even move all of your troops in time. It's not, and you won't even be willing to. You get what I'm saying? So everything I'm trying to outline for you guys, it's so that you can't get killed. We avoid the extremes. We build up this army, the garden, whatever you want to call it. You're never going to fail or succeed too much on anything. But that's how we don't die. And that's what I'm saying. The goal is to get territory. Mother effer, guess what? If you can't kill me, I'm going to get more. I don't care what you tell me. That's the whole point. Do you guys realize that? If you can't get killed, by default, you gain more. You slowly capture territory. That's why another year, we are into another all-time high. We are gaining territory. That's why this time around, my brother, we haven't reached our 10 years, but now halfway through, it feels like we're starting over, but guess what? We're starting over with more territory than we've ever had. That's why I'm telling some of you, move into real estate. That's another area we're going to get it on. And then hopefully we get real estate and long-term. And then you go through another cycle. And then we keep doing this. But the whole idea, don't let yourself be killed. Once you start putting more than 20, 30, 40% on one battle, you are vulnerable. That's it. You could get washed. You could have territory taken from you. If you're right, you'll succeed a lot. I don't need to play that game. That's what we'll gamble with a smaller part of the army. We'll go with the high return. We'll let the small specialist army handle that. We don't need as much. Again, because like I'm telling you, by default, as I've shown you, as long as you stay alive, you build a good army, you don't let yourself get over or underextended, you are going to grow and get territory by default. So that's the point of all of it. That's why I'm saying go look at your long term. Go look at what we're doing. Go look at the outperformance, what has happened. That's territory. Again, the other war with tech and the NVDA, we started buying the value. And that's why, again, as other things move, we only put a small amount. That 10% army will grow to 20% as the other people are going through the other battle. And then it starts to move. But as long as you don't have overexposure, you're going to be fine. You will grow. But the moment you don't balance it out, the moment too much cash, too much gambling, too much in one area, lack of diversification, inflation, stagflation, volatility, you will be vulnerable. But do you see why I am so confident? But I am also preparing for disappointment. So I have a confidence and worry at the same time. But do you see where I am telling you with our long term, I'm just like, come on. We got a little bit of everything. Let's build up the cash now, get more defense. But at the end of the day, we're not over whether it's inflation, deflation, hard landing, or rally. Nothing will hurt or help us too much. Do you understand that? And that's a great position to be in when nobody knows what the fuck is going to happen. That's why, because that means we're not going to die. And then again, little by little, we advance. Right under everyone's nose, you're going to start grabbing more territory. And that's the whole plan. Ta-da! And then coming back down, SPY put back up to 20, 30. How is this free? Because only 1,000 of you are going to do it. And that's being generous. Technically, only 500 of you should do it based on the law of tens. But we do have a highly motivated group. I mean, we do got a lot of members. Some of you are really locked in, but that's why it's free. Because only 1,000 people out of 5,000 will actually do it. And that's what I'm saying. That, and all the territory will go to those 1,000 people. Harvest is plenty. The workers are few. But that's why I encourage all of you, turn off the TV, stop listening to bullshit telling you to stop and can't, and just get 10%, baby, and see what happens. Yeah, I spy the puts are coming back up. I'm back up to 40. That was just the free one from earlier. Yeah, the free one's green. It's not bad. Turn the T. I'm not talking about a Kendrick song. I'm just saying, like, you guys even saw it in the last couple of weeks, man. I was like, why are we worried about stagflation now? And everything for weeks, I was telling you. But even then, too, with, like, some of the philos, man, and especially when it comes to money, just be careful, bro, because, like, I don't know. A lot of people are very, and I know I'm a weird guy, and you guys see eBay investing in tools to help shoppers discover new categories. eBay AI edition. It's coming in now. But, like, I know I'm a weird guy, and I may not be the personality for everybody, but I don't know, man. This whole, like, especially with the stuff I believe, is like, where did this whole, like, impossible mentality come from? I know humans have been like that for a while, but I don't know, man. I think social media, a flippant generation, and, you know, people, like, I don't know, man. So, like, that's what I believe, dude. Like, for real. And whether you think I don't like you or not, dude, it's like, I just truly hope, like, the young men and women of this world, and even if you're not young, bro, just, like, you can do whatever you want. And I don't mean that to, like, use it and do bad things, but I just mean, like, bro, like, houses are possible. You can change your life. You could do good. And, yeah, it's going to require hard work, but ironically enough, like, only the devil will tell you to stop and die. And I just think you could accomplish a lot. And I don't know, man. I really hope you all get that message above all else. That's why I'm saying turn off the TV. Because, bro, you're like, dude, you deal with people. You tell people serious goals. They joke about it. I deal with it. I get hella serious. And everybody wants to find the immediate ridiculous part of it and laugh and try to make it not serious. But all I'm saying is, like, just limit your distractions and really focus on what you can accomplish and your potential in a nice way, in an enjoyable manner, and have fun with it. Because I think your eyes will be open to a lot. But yeah, that's why. Just don't get distracted and don't let anybody talk you out of having a ambitious goal, especially if you're willing to work for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just straight up. If you're like, hey, I'm down to work for it. I don't care if people laugh. Again, I'm just telling you, bro. All this long-term shit is cool. And like I'm saying, if you made $36,000 a year, $20,000 a year when you met me, and just save, dude, little by little, this is what your account would look like after a couple of years. And I get it. There's other factors, but when it's all said and done, bro, like, this is money. And you had to eat shit for a little bit, but, like, I'll go find it. Bro, about 2-3 years ago, same long-term, same account, same stream. It would be non-members only, and I would get up here and talk to you guys about this stuff. And I remember hundreds of Chads getting mad at me and arguing with me because I told all of you that you could buy a home. This was when inflation was high. This is when Joe Biden was doing whatever. And literally, I had people getting so mad at me and arguing with me because I said, listen, even if you feel it's impossible, keep building that long term and never stop saving for a down payment. That's what I told everybody a couple years ago. And again, people got really mad, dude. And I'm only saying this so that you guys are encouraged, because this is what I mean by turn the TV off. Because like I'm saying, bro, there was hundreds of people in a stock chat room who are all about money, apparently. And they were there to tell me, no, you can't do that. It's impossible. How dare you? You don't understand the real world. You're out of touch. You're this. You're not going to do that. Why? That's so offensive. That's racist. I heard all of this for telling people, don't believe anybody, save up for a down payment. Why? Because with enough time and good savings, that opportunity is going to be there. And again, the ironic part, 3 years later, we literally have a down payment off of that same account. But this is what I mean by like limit those distractions, and you should believe everything is possible. And you're going to hear people, and if you're like, wow, I want to save up for a worthy ideal to own my own home, and I'm going to work hard and save for multiple years and be wise about it to get a very worthy goal, and somebody tells you that you can't do that, bro, fuck them. That person don't give a shit about you. Fuck them. I don't even care what they care about you. I'm just saying that is not, I'm tuning that out, and you should too. Because that person, that's not going to help you in life. Dude, I don't know if y'all feel me, bro. All right, man, you're still going low. I mean, we already have a SPY put on this, so we'll see how it takes. But yeah, that's all I mean, man. Just if it's like reasonable, if it's virtuous, and it's not like, you know what I'm saying? If I said, okay, do this on a daily to make your money, yeah, then get mad. But I'm just saying, like, dude, multiple years, save 10% for a worthy ideal. Everybody could buy a home no matter what the environment, as long as you aim for it. I don't think that's a bad thing. Anybody who disagrees hates you. Yeah, what up, Queen? Thank you. Joined after 1 year with the law term. Amen. That's all we need. That's all we need in life, the law term. Good morning. Started watching 2020 with that $100 my dad gave me to read a book. Now I got a 6-figure long-term and investment property at 23. And it's just the beginning. So I'm saying, man, I'm looking real long-term, man. And I think everybody, and we could build up a lot of equity, even between all of us. I think we will own a lot, man. And it's already great. Put you in contact? I can. If you email me, I haven't checked my email. You know, we've been having a lot of talks, but if you email tradingfraternity@gmail.com, let me know what location you're in, and then I will go through the process, get it forwarded, and then we'll do all that. How old am I? I am old enough to be your dad, and I am young enough to date your mom. So that's how I've always explained it. I think it's a really, really accurate description. Mm-hmm. I know, man. You guys have some great stories, bro. I love it, Caleb. Started negative net worth, found the channel now in 5-7 years from fire. So great. That's even better. That's crazy. Fire? Beautiful, man. But like I'm saying, none of this was immediate. That's the problem. That's what I've got to. I always knew this, but doing it on YouTube in front of a bunch of people, it's had its challenges and successes. And that's why, I don't know. I think some of you like my new attitude, some of you don't, but I'm trying to be more effective. And that's why I'm saying, like, just in general, I can't change their life quickly. I can't. You know what I'm saying? But like I have now thousands of people. Like it's a fucking lot of people, man. It's actually mind-blowing. Where we have evidence, real objective evidence of what we could do here. But unfortunately, it needs the right type of person, and it requires at least 2-3 years of like real commitment to it. And that will work. That's what I'm saying. These guys who are like, I had nothing, now I have this. It didn't happen in a month. It didn't happen in 6 months. It didn't even happen after the first year. So as long as you are aware of that, and that's why, I don't know, I hope you appreciate it, because like I don't want, if you think it's something else, you're going to fuck up. So at least you should be aware of it. But that's the issue right there. That's what we got to hammer home. And that's why I'm saying it's very encouraging. And I think those of you who are listening, as long as you are in that mentality, you're going to be good. I think I could really help you. I think the whole Chad could help you as well. But if you're looking for something quick, if you're looking for it has to be a certain way, you don't want to follow a very easy plan and you don't have the time, then it won't be there for you. But that's why I'm like, just don't get disillusioned. Don't get drunk off of expectations. But if you are really committed to it and little by little, we could do damage, bro. We could do some really, really good things. And that's where I want for all of you, though. That's why I'm saying we need to double down on that, because I'm just saying I have a good strategy that everybody walks away with a lot of money. And even the trading stuff is good, too. But that's why we need to make sure budget control comes into the play now. And otherwise, you do that, you balance it. I think a lot of you will have a bright future. And again, real estate and other assets and avenues are in your future, especially if this is what you've always dreamed of, right? You know, you want to be a business person. You want to get in money, own shit. This is exactly what I'd want for all of you. But a lot of people think it happens in a year or two. It doesn't. But now if you take the first couple of steps early, consistently, I mean, you are on the road. BCG. Like BCBG, I would take you like, so you rock, I'll make you a celebrity overnight. I can't. Long term is a celebrity over 3 years. Thank you. I needed my carbo. All right. Damn. All that game, we don't got 2,000 likes? I just wanted to free the Chads, but yeah, they're clapped. We need 2,000 likes. Sorry, guys. All I want. Oh, no, be careful. Echo Star, Sats breakout. I love how we're chilling. Those puts are up only 10%. So from here to here, I made almost 100%. And then from here to here, it's up only 10. Well, I'll take it. And then value staples still going up. This channel name is perfect. So many people search this. Yeah. Until YouTube started hiding me for being a Republican. I was even like a liberal in the middle. Nobody likes me, but my people like me, and I love them. You have 5K in Pokemon. Should you sell and move it to the long term? Unfortunately, I am not well versed in that. So I don't know how to, I don't know how the Pokemon assets translate. It's up to you. You got to really, really think about it. Because somebody brought up sports cards the other day, and there's certain, it depends on the allocation. 100%. That is the real answer. I don't think you guys will realize it yet. The smartest of you will. I'm down for anything. And you could do anything as long as the allocation is appropriate. Does that make sense? So if that $5,000 is a fraction of your assets, then I don't see a risk. If that $5,000 is all of your money, well, then that again, I don't like all of money in one place. So that's what I'm saying. At the right allocation, you could do whatever you want. If you allocate it appropriately, don't make it go crazy, nothing will ever hurt you. And then if it does good, you'll be great. Out of state covered? Yeah, we go over it, but even then, if you start shopping, email me, I'll give you feedback, and then again, we'll put you in touch with an agent, and then just shop. Because again, I'll show you guys what I did later. After Philo, we'll go over the real estate stuff, because I'll show you what I gave to the agents. Again, whatever agent I connect you with, I am going to be harassing them, and I'm already letting them know not to rush. So I want you to have an agent who is not going to get incentivized to fucking force you into a deal. You get what I'm saying? So for all of you who are listening, and I'm getting all hyped on this, but I'm telling you, nothing happens in a month. If you get lucky, you get lucky. Great. But I'm even telling the agents, we're not rushing anything. The goal is equity and value. That happens, we move, we take it. No problem. But when there's no going to be, well, let's do this. Oh, it doesn't meet this criteria. I like it, though. No, we're not going to do any of that. It's not going to be, this client's worked with me for 3 months. Let's just get him an offer so I could get this over with. No, we're not going to do that. So that's what I'm saying. Just shop around, keep looking, get pre-approved so you know what to do and where you could really shop, and then that's it. And little by little. Yeah, email, wait till a response, and then if you don't hear back from me in like a week, let me know. But most of them you'll get literally. I've been forwarding them. Like I said, we have a process now. I went over it with them last night. So it's fairly simple. BP popping again. Again, they had a lot of headlines there related to the buyout and the equity stake stuff. That's in the bottom right. Nothing happens in a day. Amen. And then you never know what's really happening even when you're in the middle of it. That's why I'm saying get a lot of this stuff prepared, even your long term. You may not know the biggest opportunity is going to be tomorrow. You won't know if you're in the middle of it. So that's why diversification and preparation will make sure you are ready to go no matter what. All right, SPY near the low, 910. About Tempest? I don't. I know Nancy has it. Yeah, bro, the Epstein thing already came out. I don't know what everybody was expecting, but it's not like, where is it? Like, you guys know it's on the FBI website. So here's the vaults, and then they posted this, but like, it's just like random court cases, and I don't know if there's more coming out. That's what you guys are implying, but I don't know if this is it or not. But I'm pretty sure this came out today. I got sent this in the morning. They halted some of it, and if you go, like, yeah, you go to the first one, they, like, deleted a bunch of pages off of it. Yeah, look at. So there's still a shit ton that's redacted. But yeah, I don't think we have the flight logs, but a lot. Look at how much is sealed, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, there is on FBI.gov. There is 22 documents related to Epstein. I don't know if it's the flight list and all of that. Full XRP. Delete the ledger. Oh, nice. All right, I got a lot of emails. I'm going to have to forward these. I still want that guy in Atlanta. I want to make sure he doesn't buy that house. It's a bad deal. And he wants to over leverage for it. But then Jahan. So I know some people that could help you, but if you are Muslim and you are trying to get a loan, but you don't want to do it in the normal banking, you have to go to a Islamic, a halal banker, essentially. So there's no problem with that, but I can refer you, but I don't, like, again, you have to work within the context of, again, like Islamic banking if you have other religious, requirements. So I've done it before. I've worked with people, again, and I know a lot about it, but at the end of the day, I can't offer you, like, I'm not going to give the loan, but there is Islamic banking that is available. Yo, B. Riley, flush. Again, they had $180 million debt. Like, they raised money. Interesting. Damn, there's so many calls. But yeah, put's already double. I don't know what's going on. Still up 6%. VRT, too much. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, there's still, this thing too much premium for me. Myrna and Editas, this could be a huge breakthrough for pancreatic cancer. Oh, no way. Myrna popping. I feel like Editas will go crazier. Yeah, we already own that. Oh, yeah, Ramadan is starting. Yeah, isn't Ramadan Friday? Yeah, Friday night leading in the beginning of March. Yeah, Ramadan Kareem. You want to hear something funny? It's kind of sad. So my girl, she's on the phone with her friend. They're like FaceTiming each other. And her friend is Muslim. And tell me why I hear both of these girls. They're talking about Ramadan because they're going out before. And she's like, oh, I have Ramadan, so I can't do this. BCG again. And then my girl says, oh, yeah, like, again, Ramadan Kareem. And then my girl says, wait, who's Kareem? And then her Muslim friend is like, oh, my gosh, I don't know. Who is Kareem? And then they're like, that is a boy name. And I'm like, I'm sitting here just like watching these two chicks. One of them's Muslim, one of them's my girlfriend. I'm like, man. And they're just going, I'm watching them for like 5 minutes, try to figure out Kareem. If it was a person or a greeting. And it was amazing. I loved it. Yo, BCG again. I don't know what this is. Already up 180. SPY coming down too. No, because I thought her Muslim friend would like have the answers for her. I thought, you know what I'm saying? And they both just spiraled into like, what? What's that? Who's Kareem? Wait, I don't know Kareem. It's definitely a boy name. And I'm like, okay, this is not. Is that basketball? Dude, whatever BCG is, that thing just popped up $1 in 2 minutes. the loan for your condo is under your name, and can your wife be the first-time buyer? Maybe. I don't think so, though. But she could still get a FHA loan. That's what I would do. Did Mary Kate find my way on my feed? No. Like Parent Trap? But no, I have not seen Mary Kate or Ashley Olsen. Used to love them as a kid. And then the other free put's up 40. The puts are slow now. The only way you're going to really make good money on that put, you need to like flush. If it bounces, that put's going to get destroyed. Still green, but just keep that in mind. Run up the likes you guys have an hour. So, but then again, if you don't unlock the wire in the chat before Philo, it's going to stay locked after Philo. So I don't know if you guys realize that. Every day you hit the likes after Philo, the chat's open, everything, and the wire. But if that's the case, that does factor over. Rollover minutes. Singular wireless. Only a boomer would understand that. All right, I need to go to the bathroom. 9:18. We should get ready for push-ups, though. Rob buys Arista. Nice.
Networking.
Listen up. They're pumping. CNBC pumps.
Main customer base is the hyperscalers, which we continue to get good news around. There's not any indication that they're reducing CapEx. And, it now trades at a 37 times forward PE. Rich for us, but it's down from 50 earlier this year. These are not staggering numbers. It would be the equivalent of Josh taking advantage of the opportunity in CrowdStrike when it re-rated, right? Great business, dominant in that space.
That's what Malcolm did.
Malcolm
did.
too.
Right? You doubled down on that position during the CrowdStrike pullback.
I thought that sell-off was absolutely short-sighted, and thankfully the market rewarded me for it. Here's the thing you need to know, the only thing you need to know about CrowdStrike as an investor. For the last 2 years, George Kurtz has been getting on earnings calls and basically saying we have a gross profit margin of roughly 0%, but we also know that that's because we're reinvesting in growth as aggressively as we possibly can, and we have levers that we could pull to get that number to about 30% if we really wanted to. Well, last summer, it became showtime, right? So rather than reinvesting all those dollars in growth, you have to believe they had to turn on the growth engine to really show where that profit's going to come from, and that's what's been happening for the last couple of quarters, and I expect that to continue happening for the next year or two in CrowdStrike.
Remarkable recovery, too.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the price
Legendary.
target today, Rosenblatt takes it to 450 today from 385.
One thing just generally on momentum, like some of this is an education issue. It's like remarkable to me. You have people who will say, like to their friends, or they'll go on Twitter, I'm a swing trader, or I trade momentum stock. They don't even know how to use RSI. When Robinhood's at 65, RSI is at 77. We're not buying stocks at a 77 RSI. What that means is 14-day relative strength.
Yeah, just ignore all that bullshit. Long term.
And so when Bryn says if Robinhood pulls back, that's where I want to buy it. Bryn understands that concept. We don't want to buy Empire State Building charts. We don't want to buy parabolic moves the next day after they've gone parabolic. And again, a lot of people don't even know what that is or how to calculate it or why it matters. So a lot of what you're seeing in the markets is just due to this misunderstanding about how to behave in stocks that have gone up 100%.
Bro, Pam
20%.
Bondi.
It doesn't mean don't own them. Let them cool off. Let them come off the
Thank you
stove
for
a
this,
second.
Christina.
And I think
Pam
there are
Bondi is set
opportunities
to
in some of
charge
these things,
AOC
as
for
they
allegedly
pull back. I
helping
agree with Bryn. I
immigrants
like the
avoid
opportunity
ICE.
in Robinhood. Today's a better day to buy it than at a 77 RSI a week and a half ago.
We still react to other earnings as well. And there are several marquee names beyond NVIDIA that had reported within the last 24 hours. Salesforce, Siege, they beat, their revs missed. We can take a look at the stock today. Their guide was weaker than expected, and there is the result on the chart. What do you think?
I think this is one of the great businesses. Obviously, we bought it when it re-rated on a price to sales basis very aggressively. I'm very happy we own it. We happen to be a
All right, gain a little bounce. That puts only up 18 now. She's going to get messy. Yeah, the Epstein files. Again, we have some, but the odds of that are moving around. Long term, you're down 8. Well, that's the thing. That's why, I mean, now that you have Google, that's good. But the big thing we've been talking about for months here is starting with names you know and use that are at the low. So that's why you don't, even if it's down, like you want to get some names that are at multi-year lows or like stable. But that's why we try to stay away from the ones that are up there until they come down. But even then, even if you already have it, it might be beneficial because then you could focus on the value while you still got a little bit of growth. How making money make you fall behind? Maybe I offended, but that doesn't mean I told a lie. Wow. You really like it when they lie to you. Actually, I don't know. Do you want me to give you a truth bomb? Because I saw you guys talking about it, and we were just talking about the Islamic banking. But if I say this, somebody might get mad. But can I give you guys a truth bomb about Islamic banking? If you would like to hear it. Only for my Islamic banking people who are interested. Because I saw somebody talk about it, and they were like, well, as long as the interest gets donated to like charity or something, you know what I'm saying? But here's the deal. Just like the Christian pastors and the church people, when they try to like use shit for money, it's usually bullshit. So unfortunately, I feel the same way about when people do that with Islamic banking. So like at the end of the day, I think you need to read your religious text, come to terms with what you believe is right or wrong. But if you are going to follow Islamic banking, I mean, it's the same thing. It's you have people, they make money on those loans, even if they say they're not. That's why I'm saying it's a lot of it's nonsense. Because unfortunately, if you know how it works, like what they do is like, you got to think about it. Islamic banking, they cannot make money off of interest, but they could charge you a way higher fee for the service. That's allowed. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, just make sure, do what you're comfortable with and do what you're okay with. But at the end of the day, they get the money from the loan somewhere else. That's all how it works. So it's like, yeah, if you don't want me to charge you interest, I could do that. But I could just charge it on the back end that coincides with your religion. Yeah, you're just moving numbers around on the spreadsheet. Exactly. So that's why it's like you have to know what is good for your heart, right? Know what you believe is right and wrong and go from there. But if you're trying to like you're getting charged no matter what. The money it's not, nobody's giving around free money like that. And Islamic banking, it's good. You could build good connections if that is your religion and you're a part of it. I don't think they're bad things, but, you know, just cut through a lot of it. Like, oh, well, pay the interest. It goes to this. It goes to that. We're doing it for this. It's like, no, the fee's going to be there. There's going to be some charge, some interest worked into that deal. So I want you to be aware of it rather than, you know, thinking that you're, oh, okay, this is fine. But they all have different costs. Well, they're not scamming anybody. They're following the law of the religious law. That's what I'm saying. It's just technical. That's all. It's just like Mormons getting head, and they say it's technically not sexual intercourse. It's not. It's technically, so it's just all, this is when humans follow religion to a technical basis, is that you get outcomes like this. Are they, though, or finding a loophole? No, it's just how it is. I mean, I've dealt with it, and, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen Islamic banking go where they'll give a 0% loan, but then you're paying way more in fees, and then they have a service fee because that's religiously acceptable, right? So under true Islamic banking, you're not allowed to offer zero. You're not allowed to take interest. You can't make money off of interest or something you don't own, right? That is religiously incorrect for Islam. However, you are allowed to make money by offering a service. Does that make sense? So they'll give you the loan for free, but you have to pay them for their service. That is acceptable. That's what I'm saying. Like, technically, Islamic, if you wanted to be halal, you can't short stocks, but you can buy a put. That I've talked to imams about this. This is a religiously sound doctrine. So again, because you can't make money on something you don't own. So you can't borrow a stock and then sell it and make money off that because you never own the stock. But if you bought a put, since you bought the contract and the stock goes down and you made money off of it, that is religiously acceptable. You see what I'm saying? So that's all it comes down to. But everybody does this. Christian, Jewish. If anybody has certain, like Mormons, they usually have certain laws, and then there is a technical basis of what is right and wrong if you follow it to a T. So yeah, I hope that helps. But I ain't saying because I think some of you brought that up, but it's an interesting topic. I'm not against it. I just want you guys to know so that you don't think, I'd rather have you know the truth than thinking it's one thing or than being the other. But either way, you could still, if that's how you want to do your loans, if you just shop it around, get the best deal. Not zero interest. Well, it will be zero interest, but what you would have paid for interest, you'll probably end up paying for something else. All right, you bounced off of that. We were just talking about them SPY puts. Hi. All right. Pay the fee with time. We gotta do push-ups. I need a plank. Bro, it's good. Even then, bro, like right after I do a plank, my voice sounds amazing, bro. I love the abs, but then I hate doing abs. It really is a lot of work, man. It's terrible. Okay, let's lift this up. Damn, look at that SPY move. Yeah, now those puts are down 40. Same price point an hour ago. We made 100% on them. They were just up 50, and then they went down. Then MPW and Intel are still moving, too. And then eBay, they had that AI thing. Would I recommend doing a HELOC to do another property? Not unless it's a steal of a deal. So if that... Like, again, you were there talking with Lending Tips the other day, last Wednesday, but, like, if it's not, like, a fire deal, I wouldn't do it. Because, again, if it's, like, right at the margin and you're going to go pull out loan and leverage a property to do another one, this isn't the market for that right now. You got to have a fire deal, and you got to make sure you're really getting profit. But if it's an easy deal and it's good equity, I would take it right away. I don't know why Lyft is going up, no. But, Chad, y'all ready? Let's get a push-up in. Just stand up. I need to do a plank. I'm going to do some sit-ups.
We have. expensive and go with other investments that have a tailwind, but don't have the same price premium. And they've done well as well.
NRG hit a record intraday high in trading today earlier. You bought that?
We bought it in January, so we're up 15%. We bought more. This is playing that same V-Stress story that we talked about and got right last year. This is a company that's half the price. Ultimately, nat gas is reliable power. And, at the end of the day, if you believe in this power to AI, this is a great way to play that. They're incredibly well positioned.
You bought Texas Pacific Land Trust. That looks to me like a new position. Is that correct?
That is a new position, and that is really a derivative play. It's kind of a unique play on how to get exposure to the AI energy trade. They're a royalty company that leases land to these businesses, and they collect fees from wells, but also based on production volumes and barrels per oil. With oil in the 60s, you have that's consistently been a floor, and if you're more optimistic about that, we think this has leverage to that.
Give me one real quick. You sold Eagle Materials.
We did. And listen, this is obviously mainly a cement producer. It's been a good long-term performer. We had it in January of last year. It moved 80% since we bought it.
AI cement? Regular cement?
Regular cement. But what a move. What a move. I mean, so that price move, we want to take advantage of that. There's obviously a little bit of a growth scare going on out there right now, and these companies are being a little challenged. You're seeing that in the bond market.
Right? Okay, let's get the headlines now with Silvana. Hi, Silvana.
Hey, Scott, good afternoon. Members of the Senate Doge Caucus were at the White House today to meet with Elon Musk. Multiple senators and aides tell NBC News President Trump was not expected to attend. The meeting comes after the president's chief of staff, Susie Wiles, met with Senate Republicans on Capitol Hill yesterday. Some Republican lawmakers have expressed frustration with Musk's approach, particularly about not communicating his moves in advance to the Hill. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau said it's dropping several enforcement actions, including against Capital One. The agency accused the bank last month of taking from customers' savings accounts
planks,
more than $2 billion
leg fly,
in interest
kicker
payments.
things, dude.
And it comes as
Trump
the
says yes, we
CFPB
could get a
has
peace
closed
deal in
its
Ukraine.
DC headquarters, fired employees, and told those who remain to stop nearly all their work. And North Korea has sent more troops to Russia. South Korean media citing the country's intelligence agency reporting that additional troops have been sent to Russia's Kursk region, but it's unclear how many were sent. So far, the U.S. and allies say the regime has sent more than 11,000 North Korean troops to Russia. Scott, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Silvana, thanks so much for that, Silvana. Now, coming up, the alternative universe, a new ETF just launching, giving retail investors access to the multi-trillion-dollar private credit market. Bob Pisani.
Let's go. Do you guys know that it's actually crazy? I think it's like 70 or 80% of the volume on those like levered ETF or like those levered single stock. It's like 70 or 80% retail. It's actually insane. I've never seen anything like that. So that's not good. You guys know that? You know, like the like levered Tesla, the levered like Amazon and all of that? Dude, yeah, it's actually crazy. Yeah, bro. It's like, dude, that's a lot for a single like stock to have that as volume, and like it to be all retail is like a crazy, crazy concept. With not having your living more than 40%. Ideally, I mean, it's hard. Some people, or at least for the bank, 60% is like the max. It just gets really hard to live. Like that's I think you could live. I think you could do 60% max. Like you could spend 60% of your income on housing, and you could still like live. But again, it's a very hard thing to do. 40 is ideal, but again, it really kind of depends. But I think you could do 60. But you have to survive. Attractive on target. 100, is it like 107? We should have just bought it on that last low. I like target, yeah, so. No. Wasn't it lower? Yeah, 107. 107 to like 103. And that's the gap fill too, but I like them. I'm just not like in a rush. Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of names. There's like good names that are coming up. Some value already bounced, but there's names we all know about, and they're like right in between. Like, they're either going to bounce and go up a lot, or they're going to die, and then we might be able to get a diamond pickup. Inshallah, Habibi. Inshallah. They have earnings on March 4th. So then, if you really want it, position before, or you just wait afterwards if you're okay with missing it. Because then that could be it. Bad earnings, I wouldn't be surprised if it dropped. I mean, that'd be 5% to go back to 112. Your dad wanted you to never trusted the market, and then they saw the long term. He's 65. A long term's good for him, but get him value and get him dividends. And that's why you shouldn't go in with anything crazy. Because right now you could get 4% on cash. So wait, cash with your dad, and then get the yield, and then just little by little add to good value with good dividends and good quality. Just don't buy him any dog shit because he's old, and you'll be good to go. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, you could do some like type of Roth or something to benefit it for him with the taxes. And I don't know, maybe get a rental property is best for old people. I think getting a house, whether if he already lives in one, you should get him a reverse mortgage if he's already 65, and then use the money and go buy 2 houses in Indiana. If the market drops by 3%, would you have a margin call? No, not at all. Our long term has 0 margin. We are cash. So yeah, at one point we didn't even have margin accessible. But yeah, we're not. You should be able to technically withstand a 90% fall. Technically. Okay, coming back down, dude. It sucks. You had that chance to break out, and I thought we would stay pinned, and now we're just lower. But kind of a shitty day. You got an OpenAI stream in a little bit, couple of hours, and then I think we're going to hear again from Trump. But yeah, dollar does keep moving up. It's first day, though, so I'll let it have a little bit. But yeah, this is why I said you guys noticed today a little bit more risk off. Even though we're higher, but this time the dollar did go up. And that has a different set of implications. I'm in a go. It's almost there. We got 20 minutes. We'll give it a little bit. And then we'll be good to go. Skyworks is actually decent. I think they're at a multi-year low. Tech related to Apple. They did lose some contracts, I believe, but yeah, I'm actually a big fan. No, excuse me. Am I or am I thinking of the other one? We are going to hear from Trump today. I think it is Skyworks. Yeah. See, so they're this is actually decent. It has risk, but 10-year low. This thing's related to tech chips. SPY getting a couple of big candles. But yeah, do you see what I'm saying? Like, this could really flush and die, but, you know, buying a technology chip play, patents, all that, like, this is a good growth name. So, again, it's risky. It could still drop. That's kind of the problem, but hopefully you guys see what I'm saying with it all. Goldman flushing. Where's the banks? I mean, watch, because if that flips, that'll add pressure. It might. It's still at 1%. Staples coming down and healthcare. But unfortunately, we've just been dancing out here. Hellock to build a house on a property you already own. I mean, just do the numbers, like I'm saying. If you are going to leverage and pull out any money, depending on what the intention is, I do think you got to be very careful. So unless it's like a no-brainer done deal, I mean, yeah, you got to ask yourself why you would leverage. USO ripping. Yo, oil. So like I mean, watch if oil runs and watch for any other liquidations. Yeah, oil at the top right now. Interesting. OPEC is hesitant on going ahead with planned oil output hike due to uncertainty over sanctions. No, that's a good one. So that might drive it up. You got OPEC headlines. It'll last for a little bit, and then MPW breaking out. But yeah, OPEC saying, well, hold on. We might not add supply because we're worried about tariffs. Not bad. Russia, UAE would like to proceed with oil output. Other members, including Saudi, favor a delay. So again, that's, I don't know. Remember I was telling you, oil down is good. So see how that factors in. McDonald's off by 6. Hold on, responding to email. They're screwing with us. I mean, I thought about it this morning. All I'm going to tell you is this. One day, you are going to wake up in the next couple of months. There's going to be a tariff headline, but then this time it's going to fuck up the entire market. And then you're going to get pissed. Why? Because it's going to be the same headline you've heard before, but now this time the reaction was huge. And then you're going to be like, why is it doing that? It wasn't supposed to do that. And you're like, why is that? Hold on. I thought we knew about it. And that's it. So at this point, it's kind of just getting you ready in a weird way. But I don't think anyone's playing with us. We had the volatility. We take it in. We digest it. We do the little back and forth. And then, again, I told you, Wall Street, they want to see it in the eyes. They want to look at the tariffs, the effects, and right when that happens, and that's what I'm saying, right when it does arrive, everyone's going to flip out, and again, they're going to act like they've never seen it before, but they have. And that's kind of going to be the challenge now. That's what I'm saying. Most of the stuff I've shared with you guys on stream, it ends up coming true. It's just the point of when. So literally for the last like month and a half, I have been yelling at everybody, cracking jokes, calling Bloomberg propaganda, and a bunch of other statements to just highlight to you guys, again, why are they doing this? I said, why is everybody reacting to tariffs like they're not more educated than me? Oh, y'all don't feel me. So even with my limited amount of education and what I know, I was like, that doesn't make sense. I've been saying it for months. And now all of a sudden, 4 days, the market drops a couple percentage points. And then all of a sudden, everybody's like, oh, no, it's not worries about inflation. It's now tariffs will slow down growth. You guys realize it's the exact opposite, right? I don't think you understand how crazy that is. Yeah, look, UBS. I got that in the bottom right. It's popping. Deutsche Bank has a 5% holding in Banco PM. But think about it. They were just saying all of the demand plus the tariffs is going to cause prices to rocket. And then now they are freaking out about all of the tariffs slowing down demand. So this is what I'm just saying is like that came true. I told you for a month, but then now the market wants to respond to it. You're down 5% out of nowhere. So just keep that in mind when it comes to tariffs, rates, growth, or data up or down. The market's going to do this again. You'll know what's happening. You'll know what will be factual and what makes sense. But then it's just going to be very slow until it reacts all of a sudden once the problem is in our face. So I hope you're ready for it. Michael, welcome. I don't the email. I have not even checked. That's it. After we started talking, I got a lot of emails, so it started to get. I got to handle those after the bell. I was sending an email right now on a deal, and I'm working on. I don't know, stagflation, dropping interest rate, not necessarily lowering rates. You need lower oil. You'll need favorable rates. They don't have to necessarily lower it, but stagflation is a bitch. You have to find a way to have growth, and then you don't want to alter the rates too much. Ideally, if they could get rates down like Donald Trump intends without making the Fed do something, that will actually handle stagflation. Because the problem with stagflation is the inflation part. So you don't want to try to spur growth to bring back growth and then as a process make the money too cheap and then fuel supply. So in a weird way, you want to solve stagflation by having the Fed do nothing. So in the weirdest way possible, if Donald Trump investing can oh yeah, Uber just died. Yo, what is that? I've never seen that before. Huh? Oh, there it is. Yeah, bro, the contracts are kind of crazy. So be very, very careful. I don't see any, cheap ones. All right. Oh, they already took one. All right, I got a cheap one, but it's way too far out the money. Check Uber, though. That's big. That one's big. Don't sleep on that one. Something's going on. There's a 2 cent option I grabbed, but it's out of the money. It's way far out of the money. All the other ones were fucking 10 cents. They're going for 1 penny. So yeah, just be careful on that chain, but something's going on. I don't have the headline. on Uber. Well, let's see. It's starting to move. I would try to get more time. I grabbed the cheap contracts, but they're kind of shitty. But everything is already, like, rocketed up. I don't know if they're going to go up. Mexico analyzing other measures after imposing on low-cost imports. Tesla reportedly seeking approval for ride-hailing business in California. That's what it is. That's your headline. Confirmed. Tesla is making a literal Uber competition in California. Or they're going to try to compete. So watch Tesla to the upside. They're already moving. Uber to the downside. I don't know. That could be a good one down the line now, but the plays just suck. It's not even moving that much. So honestly, that might move more once everybody picks up on this. Do you see people talking about it? All right, yeah, a couple people are now. But I don't think that's hit media yet. Again, the plays are dog shit. So you got to, I don't know, unless you play in the money, that would actually work. But again, these were 40-cent contracts that just rocketed up. And then bonds down, SPY down. All right, I grabbed another one, a little bit more expensive, closer to the money, but still cheap. I'm not spending more than like $20 on these. Oh, yeah, what about Lyft? You're right. Unless look at Lyft starting to react. Honestly, the reaction's small. This news seems big because everybody has wanted that for the longest time. People have been scared of it, and now it happens. And then everybody's acting so nonchalant about it. But, yeah, we'll see. I don't think that's been picked up everywhere. And then SPY dancing around, LQDA on the low. I know. Why doesn't he just buy Lyft? I agree. They have a lot of debt. That's why I said you need Lyft low enough to buy them for parts, but you're not wrong. There it is. Now it's picking up. Hold on. The premiums all just got rocketed up. All the premiums in another candle. Wait till CNBC and Bloomberg pick that up. Trump was supportive of stopgap bill before meeting. Yeah, TLT is just dying. Again, that could be good for the market. Maybe that's why homie said long MNQ. Oh, there it is. You're going to get the quote. Starmer. UK Starmer says we want to make sure any Ukraine peace deal is enduring and lasts. So that's going to be your Donald Trump. Watch the EU, watch Europe. I forgot. So UK Prime Minister Starmer, they are meeting with Donald Trump today. Trump says we'll discuss Russia and Ukraine with Starmer. Is he live? He's usually not. It's usually the reruns. But then again, lately he's been live on these. I will visit the UK in the near future. It says event will resume shortly. No, they have video of the front door. About 20 minutes ago, I think they came in. Yeah. So here's 20 minutes ago. This is Trump and Starmer. That's UK. And then you're going to get another. Now we're getting a couple quotes, and then you're going to get the live video later. Yeah, 30 minutes ago. Yeah, that clip said 20. So they're there now, but that's going to be your next little catalyst. I'm surprised the Uber didn't move that much. Honestly, the premium sucked. Autodesk popping. My Autodesk get popping. My Autodesk get cold. No? Okay. That was a popular song in my era, back in the day. All right. Autodesk, Uber, Lyft bouncing now. Kind of down. Tesla went up on it, and then TSN on the high. Again, I don't know what's going on with Autodesk. Check news on that. That's up 2%, not in a minute, but yeah, Trump says he knows nothing about Tate case in Romania. We're having great success in slimming down the government. I will also discuss trade. I will visit the UK in the near future. Oh, do they report after the bell? So I could just be earning shit then. We'll discuss trade in Ukraine with Starmer. Dude, it was a good earnings. I don't get it. I don't know where all the MPW bears are at, but if you were bearish about MPW 2 years ago, I mean, they just announced that they have enough money to pay for the maturities. So remember, when this stock was dying and did this, it was because they had this debt maturity, and then they lost clients, and then they didn't have the cash. They have all the cash now. Motherfuckers just gave them $1.5 billion on a bond. So they have all maturities till 2026 covered this year, and now they even have enough money and a plan for next year or 2 years down the line. So I thought it was really good. Again, I own the stock. So, but this is I don't know if it'll go back to 24 because they sold assets, and you know it's a different company based on what they have. But yeah, it's not as distressed as it once was. That's what I'm saying. People are willing to fund billions of dollars on the bonds, the real estate, the maturities now. They're covered until pretty much a little bit more than half of the Trump presidency. Yeah, so I'm down. Trump says we need a deal first before having peacekeeping force. We don't have a deal yet. We had a very good talk with Russia and Ukraine. Russia has been acting very well. We are well advanced on a peace deal. So again, Trump's talking now. These comments are probably what's going to be driving you. Again, you're going to hear this live in like 30 minutes, so all these statements are important. Bro, Autodesk 2.5 now. Again, I think they have earnings after the bell, but that thing's running. AutoCAD, yeah. Dude, Autodesk, they can move big, but then again, I think they cucked the last couple times. But we've seen them do crazy. Then SPY back up. Again, you're hearing, sounded a little contentious with the peace talks, but then it's coming in a little bit better now. But again, the deal, Starmer, that's what we're going to be hearing right now. So what you are hearing right now. I'll head back. Enjoy, baby. SPY at VWAP. Be safe. All right. You have Autodesk. Do you use it for work or? Because I didn't think they had like a personal one. Trump criticizes EU VAT taxes. Yeah, so watch if that moves things. Again, even social media companies. Because remember, that's part of the like digital media thing. So see how they take that. Euro not really reacting. Good. I'm glad you're watching that, though. That's a very good point. Because, again, like I said earlier in the morning, watch any liquidation should be on watch right now. I don't care if it's gold. I don't care if it's bonds. You just should kind of be aware of all that. Trump will have discussion about Tagos Islands. Will be inclined to go along with UK about it. We are going to have reciprocal tariffs. So again, he's saying that now after VAT tax. He said this in front of every leader. He pretty much lets them know in front of them what he plans to do. You use it for fusion? I've heard of like AutoCAD and all that. I just don't have any use for it. Trump Apple EU decision was ridiculous. Yeah, again, he said that before. So all of this is what I meant like the other day. Like some of the shit sounds bad and you see where it's going, but then like literally market hears it, hesitates a little, and then we go back to normal. So again, this is stuff everyone's aware of, but until it happens, the market is going to keep downplaying it. All right. Google getting volume, HRTX. I say wait for a couple more. And again, everything I'm reading you now, you're pretty much you're going to hear about it in like 30 minutes when he goes live. Again, this is UK Starmer. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. It's not bad though. OFG. You guys having your AutoCAD debate? We're paying a disproportionate share for NATO, says Trump. So again, market kind of got a little boost on the statements. Again, he said stuff that could be taken wrong, but until we see it, that's it. And then the Uber and Lyft, they're coming back up. That report's hitting now. Meta in talks with Apollo. Is that from the morning? Because, again, they announced the Apollo, or not Apollo. I didn't hear that, but I heard data center investment this morning. Asked if there will be sanctions on the UK, Trump says he will have to take a look. Wait, what? Wait, why would the UK be getting sanctioned? Does not think Putin would invade again if there was a peace deal with Ukraine. I don't know if that was a misprint, but it said UK and sanction, which does not make any sense. Very interesting. He's in front of Starmer too. I don't know where that came from. Maybe it says literally if there will be sanctions on the UK. I don't know if I think that could be an error. Like they could have meant that it could have just printed as UK, but it should be Russia. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what that technically, unless he's talking about sanctioning the UK. Trump, there will be an additional 10% on China. He said that this morning. Okay, not bad. I don't know. I don't think it's from Reuters. This is just from the people in the office who are actually like listening to it. Alrighty. Look at the time. Great time to have a great time. Meta in talks with Apollo. Again, I don't know. I think Apollo's the new info. But we had news of that data center stuff in the morning. But again, a couple of you are posting that right now. All right. We're waiting on more Trump headlines, but I think we might call it, bros. Let me give it a little bit. And then, let's see. Is MP Dubs doing it again? Let's go, man. Let's go. Trump on Canada. I'm not seeing progress on drug flows. That's not good. Yeah, and then Trump clarifies the China stuff. Again, he said this is what he added in the morning alongside the March 3rd. So remember, people got confused by yesterday, and they were saying we're going to do it in April. But now he's saying we're going to do it in March, and then he announced the China stuff. But, yeah. Which is the one that we had? Okay, I'm taking a spy play. I think PCE will have a huge effect tomorrow, yeah. 100%. 100%. Mm-hmm. ISM is big too. ISM manufacturing ties in. Let's see what's up. Again, bonds could also be a play too. I keep forgetting right after I do a spy play. All right. Trump, April 2nd is reciprocal tariff date. See, so this is where he's going to come in with the other one, and then it's going to sound weird. Then, because then he's saying April 2nd, and then he's going to say March for the other set. But let's see how the market takes it. But again, market likes it until something else happens. Again, not seeing the progress on drug flows. SPY at VWAP, and now I think it's time, baby. I think it's time. How y'all feeling? Are you feeling good? I hope you're feeling good. Oh, you hear that? That's my neck. Whew. My goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right, SPY making a move. Will be good, but I love you, Chad. I think we should get moving into Philo. So, I'm going to move on over. Where is it? Pilo. I think we'll do it early, get this out the way, and then we could be back live as soon as possible. So, unfortunately, you guys even hit the likes today. So you won't have the wire, but I mean, we will be turning it on now. But I love you. You have to be a member to join, but we're going to go talk about Jesus and the Bible for a little bit. That's why I would hate to make you listen to that if you don't want to. I don't want to distract from the stock market. So be there if you would like. Otherwise, you could hang around and we'll come back on here whenever we are done reading. But I love you all. Have a great rest of your Thursday if I don't see you again. Otherwise, I'll see you towards the bell, baby. I'll see you towards the bell. So BRB, BRB. Oh, yeah, I got to end it. We're going to switch it over. Yeah. Okay, bye.